From Soldier Field in Chicago, Channel 6 Action Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Tonight's Channel 6 Action Sports Special is sponsored in part by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. And now, Channel 6 Action Sports anchors, Steve Shapiro and Russell Shamoka.
Good evening and welcome to an overcast night at Soldier Field in Chicago, where in just a half hour the Miami Dolphins will kick off their silver preseason against
is a Channel 6 action. You know, we're also going to take a look at what has happened to the unstoppable Bears.
Plus, John Dutzman's look at the
physical on the left side, 2 300-pounders in the first two rounds. A big test for them tonight.
The trip. In fact, they only have 3 healthy.
They were the pioneers of this franchise.
3-14. Before the season got underway 25 years ago.
To do is take them and mesh them together and knit them together for several days or a week.
What a team. You recognize any name?
Coming right back.
Wouldn't it be great if suddenly you were in charge of the annual swimsuit issue, deciding things like how the models pose and who gets the cover? And wouldn't it be great if the models brought beer? Really great beer, like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if later that day you all went bowling? Introducing Keystone and Keystone Light, bottled beer.
Think of it as a sum up with one of the quietest, tightest, smoothest operating luxury sedans we have ever driven. Right up there with Lexus 400.
It will be a Buick. Park Avenue.
Park Avenue at your Florida Buick dealers. A summit of the best.
Food shopping now? I'm so excited.
This isn't just shopping, it's extra.
Wow, what variety.
Do I actually hear you getting excited?
Well, with sun-kissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle, diet and regular, and delicious Lender's bagels in assorted varieties, I could possibly get ecstatic.
Pace yourself. We haven't even reached the grocery aisles yet.
You know, I can't think of anything more exciting than extra.
I can.
Oh?
Eating all this great food.
Good idea.
Right now?
We better wait.
Extra, we think you deserve the best.
I put off telling him as long as I could.
We had just gotten married.
That I'd lost my wedding band.
We looked everywhere.
It was gone. I'd never felt so terrible in my life.
But since I bought it with my Citibank Visa, I got it replaced. Free.
At Citibank, almost everything you buy with our card is insured at no extra cost.
I was so
never
relieved.
thought the credit card you used could be that important.
Not just Visa. Citibank Visa.
Welcome back to Soldier Field in Chicago. We're about, 20 minutes away from kickoff. Hello again, everyone. I'm Russell Shamoka.
And I'm Steve Shapiro. Chicago leads the preseason series between these two teams. 4 wins, 2 losses. There was 1 tie. But Miami leads the regular season series, 4 wins to 1 loss.
That's the most important stat right there. Of course, for anyone who has followed the Dolphins over the years, one of the most memorable games against the Bears was against Chicago in 1985, the Bears' Super Bowl season. Who could not forget this one, huh? Under the lights of the old Orange Bowl, the Dolphins took on the undefeated Bears and shocked the lights out of them. When the game ended, Dan Marino had thrown for over 270 yards and 3 touchdowns. Miami won the game 38-24, and Chicago had its first loss of 1985. And of course, that ended their perfect season, and it prolonged the legacy of the 72 Dolphins.
So not only their first loss, but their only loss.
Right.
Of course, in 1985, Chicago had the type of season that teams only dream about. Aside from that Dolphin game, they were unbeatable, literally unbeatable. But today, things are much different. The Bears' cockiness has turned into a lot of questions.
Walter Payton, Mike
You see on that one...
hungry Chicago, finally champions.
Mike Ditka and the Chicago Bears are New England fine. Walter Payton, the quiet leader and all-everything runner, retired. So those offensive losses definitely hurt, but were nothing compared to what happened to the defense, one of the all-time best in 1985. Those guys gave up an average of just 218 yards a game and just 11 points. Fast forward to 1989, and the numbers jump to 358 yards and 24 points a game. And it's easy to figure out why. 2/3 of the linebacking core is gone. Wilbur Marshall signed with the Redskins as a free agent. Otis Wilson hurt a knee several years ago and never made it back. The same goes for half the line. Last year, Dan Hampton hurt a knee, as did the Fridge, William Perry. Then there's the guy who put that great D together, Buddy Ryan. He left for a head coaching spot in...
At a time, this is a whole nother year, and you got to, put that behind you. We were 6-10 last year, and you got to go ahead and, play a whole nother season.
This is the 90s, and 5 years later, and I like our chances now. I like to have the opportunity to get out there and see what we have now.
I was in camp in Platteville, Wisconsin this weekend, and I believe there is a new spare.
Yeah, and you grinned and bared it all week long, huh?
Yeah, no pun intended. All right, we're Action Sports Special. Up next, I'm going to talk with the head man.
Shop Winn-Dixie for Coke and Diet Coke, $2.37 a 12-pack, limit 1. In the deli, Cutty turkey breast is $2.77 a pound, sliced to order. And Wisp liquid detergent is $2.98 a half gallon, limit 1.
Click it, press it, click it, tune it in, turn it on. This is what you City. Come to the place you want.
5 players holding out. They will not be here tonight.
And, of course, without the tackles, that means that the rookie...
Now the playoffs, if we get it turned around, the accomplishments of...
You've been understanding, if not accepting, of those players who have violated the league drug policy.
I try to understand what's going on in society.
For season,
we've got a lot more to show you on our countdown to kickoff, like...
Procrastinator.
We'll get... Vava really fell for you? Cold filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
You are looking at a live shot of Soldier Field in Chicago. We're just moments away from the Dolphins taking on the Chicago Bears. Russell Schmoke along with Steve Shapiro joined us. You know, we have eaten at the Dolphins training camp for the last 3 weeks. I think I've gained a couple of pounds. Have you?
I think I've survived.
You know, the Dolphins, they owe a lot of thanks to the folks who feed them. Our own John Duesman tells us these fish are treated like kings.
If you add up the weight of the Dolphins' top 3 draft picks this year, it's close to 900 pounds. So maybe the pressure is not on Coach Shula this season, but rather on the people who run the University Cafe at training camp.
You know, we're trying our best here to make sure that they make it there, right?
Pressure's on.
Yes, it is.
The Dolphins eat about $400 worth of food a day, including everything from 100 pounds of beef to the bags of goodies the players steal to take back to their rooms.
After curfew, you need a little something to snack on, eat a few nuts.
Kind of like a squirrel.
Yeah, something like that.
And what better way to check this place out than to dine with the food editor of the Miami Herald, Felicia Grissett.
I would think I want to try the vegetable lasagna.
Good enough?
That's fine.
You'll enjoy it now.
Thanks. Could I have a taste of macaroni?
It's a real deep question here. Where would we be without condiments?
We'd be in plain food land.
Up here? You need that roughage, too, don't you?
That's right. Fiber. Some nice romaine lettuce.
This stuff here? Have you washed your hands today?
Yes,
Oh.
several times. Now, do you want a little piece of ham? Doesn't this ham look wonderful? How neat are you?
Well, I'm a mess, usually.
Well,
Just tuck me like this?
yeah, I think that would be nice. This is my vegetable lasagna. This is macaroni. We're very heavy on the pasta here, but so are the players when they eat.
What do you think of the ham?
I think it's good. It's real ham. You know, I mean, so many times you get ham that's been manipulated. And...
Oh, you got it.
Well, this is it. Your thoughts, your overall impressions, 3 stars, 2 stars, how would you rate this play?
I think for what they're out to do, that they're 3.5 or 4 stars.
Really?
I mean, it's not haute cuisine. It's not expensive restaurant. Ready when they come off the practice field. And
complete without showing you the high. Know for sure entering tonight's game, this team is well fed. And if you are what you eat, the Bears are in big trouble.
Watching the game, he's home watching us right now in Coral Springs, and we will talk with him live at halftime. I'm Steve Shapiro on the right.
And I'm Russell Shaboko on the right. I'm on the right. You're on the left. We are the sports guys.
The Dolphins and the Chicago Bears, a Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive. We'll be back with the kickoff after these brief but important messages.
Recently, Four Wheel and Off-Road magazine took this year's 4x4 of the Year winner and all the past winners and conducted a head-to-head showdown to determine the best of the best. So who won? Who do you think? There are a lot of 4x4s out there, but there's only one Jeep.
Get 0% financing or $1,000 cash back on new Jeep Cherokee.
See your Florida Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Presenting new Exxon 93 Supreme Reduced Emissions Unleaded.
Turn the key.
And new Exxon Plus Reduced Emissions Unleaded.
Feel free.
High-performance gasolines reformulated outside is just as important.
Tonight, as the Miami Dolphins take on the
And with the singing of the national anthem, we do welcome you to Soldier Field on the lakefront here in Chicago. The temperature in the high 70s as we get set for the first preseason action. Jay Randolph along with new Hall of Famer Bob Greasy. Good to be with you. I'll say that one more time, and then I'll ask you a question. A year ago, Shula wanted to have his team ready to win early. They didn't. What's he trying to accomplish in preseason this year?
Well, 2 things, basically, Jay. Number 1, he wants to be more physical, and I think that was borne out in the 3 draft choices. Richmond, Webb, Keith Sims, and Ogilvy. Wants to be more physical. And number 2, wants to be able to run the football and wants to be able to stop the run. Be a good test here tonight against Chicago, who loves to run the football.
Along the sidelines tonight to bring us special information, Steve Shapiro. Steve?
We'll keep you updated on all the injuries here on the sideline, give you a perspective of what's happening down on the field. The kickoff just 2 minutes away right after this timeout.
When the heat's on, you know how to cool off.
It's the right beer now.
Because when you start a beer here, you have a clear advantage.
It's the right beer now.
If you really know how to cap off an evening, reach for the taste of the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
This could be your last chance to make the deal of the year. On a 1990 Mazda MPV. To make room for the 91s, every 90's got to go. Get the most trouble-free minivan in America now and choose from special option packages that can save you up to $750 on top of your Mazda dealer's best deal. How good can the deals get? Ask your Mazda dealer now. Don't miss your last chance.
At your Dade Broward Mazda dealer now.
to handle it.
If you buy something at Circuit City, then see it advertised for less, just come back. Our low price guarantee means you'll get the difference.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I bought this.
Plus 10% of the difference.
And today I saw this. Just open the paper and there it was.
It's that easy. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Cool.
The Dolphins and the Bears, and Sam Flores is set to kick off here at Soldier Field. Brian Taylor, 27, James Rouse, 30. Back to receive for the Chicago Bears. The Bears coming off a 13-0 victory over Cleveland a week ago today at the Hall of Fame game in Canton. And we are underway here in Chicago. That's Taylor at the 12. Gets to the 20, breaks it outside to the 25-yard line. Coming up to make the play for the Dolphins, David Griggs, reserve linebacker number 92. Well, the Bears will put it in play, first down at their own 25-yard line. Mike Tomczyk, Brian Biro, Neil Anderson, Wendell Davis, Ron Morris, and James Thompson. And the rest of that group has Wojciechowski, Becker, Anderson, Fontenot, and Dyko. Thornton is the tight end. Tomczyk played at Ohio State. Play action fake, throws, and it's complete up at the 32-yard line. The shot taken in there by Brian Biro. Jarvis Williams, the strong safety, 26 on the tackle. Nice little play-action pass, Bob, to open things up as we look at Turner, Soche, and Cross for the defense. The linebackers, Junior Offerdahl, Odom, and Green. Kraus didn't make the trip, the knee problem. Magruder and Brown, Williams and Oliver, starting in a very young secondary. Kozlowski, 88, now in there for the Bears at a wide receiver spot. Second down, 1. Tomczyk, a little quick pop that is complete. That's Kozlowski, who just came in, picks up the first down at the 43-yard line. J.B. Brown, 37 on the tackle. Bob, one of the things we've noted, the Bears have changed their offense a little bit. They like to throw to both sides of the field more this season.
Well, they do, and you see Tomczyk there, just a little quick out, talking with Greg Landry, the offensive coordinator before the ball game, says, you know, for so many years we had Payton, Walter Payton, we just hand him the ball. We had Willie Gault, you just throw it deep. Now they're trying to work the intermediate to medium range passing attack into their offense, and they're working on it this year.
Biro is the single setback behind Tomczyk. Tomczyk's going to throw again, this time to the other side, and it is complete very near to the 50-yard line. That's Neil Anderson making the play. Neil, of course, all-time leading rusher at Florida. #1 draft pick. There's a good look at Anderson. Over 1,000 yards each of his last 2 seasons rushing. Jarvis Williams had the coverage, 26.
Anderson, number 35, as you mentioned, the Florida Gator, was 30% of the offense for the Chicago Bears last year. Led the team in rushing, receiving, and scoring. Very unusual for a running back to lead the team in scoring.
Second down and 4 as Moss, 83, has come in as a wide receiver. 84, Morris coming to the near side. And the running play with Anderson. And Anderson is stopped shy of the first down. Just got over the midfield stripe to the 49. Jarvis Williams coming up to do a nice job. 87 tackles topped the defensive backs last season. Did Williams, who played at Florida.
Jarvis, the strong safety, as you take a look at Tomczyk, getting a signal from the sideline and giving one back. But Williams upfield forced that play inside and really stuffed the fullback. And Anderson tripped over him. As you see, Tomczyk 3 for 3 so far in this ball game.
Rodney Thomas, the third-year man, now comes into the secondary as the Dolphins go to prevent defense. That is Kozlowski back in, going in motion, and out of the shotgun. Tomczyk going long downfield, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Tony Moss. Moss out of LSU was covered nicely by Magruder down along that sideline. Good job by Magruder. Magruder at right corner, Brown at left corner. They're starting today, although Thomas was in that secondary that time as they went to the prevent. Maury Buford, the 9-year veteran from Texas Tech, on to do the punting. Jarvis Williams is back deep along with Tony Martin. Williams 26, Martin 89. of scrimmage right at midfield. And Buford's kick, fair catch called for and taken in by Tony Martin at the 19-yard line. The Dolphins will put it in play from their own 19-yard line for the first time offensively. 29-yard punt. There's a look at Soldier Field, this great facility. Originally a 45-seat stadium built in 1924. We'll be back with more in a moment.
I have 175,828 miles on my Toyota truck, and we still use it for camping, skiing. 118,108 miles. Old Blue just goes and goes and goes, and we're always on call.
Call us if you and your Toyota truck have a 100,000-mile story.
Story? 6,059 miles. 335,809 miles. Top that.
Sarah Moran has been with Midway Airlines for over 10 years. So for over 10 years, Sarah has cared just as much about how people go as where they go. That's what flying should be. That's what's made Midway the fastest-growing airline in the nation, with nearly 600 flights a day to 60 cities, including yours. You see, more and more people are flying Midway because Midway is doing more and more for people. Sarah's just one of Midway's people, and soon you'll be one too. Midway Airlines, what flying should be.
More time isn't an option. They need answers fast.
Southern Bell can provide hospitals with complete voice and data networks, backed by our proven support and service. We put vital information into the right hands in a heartbeat, so they can provide the best possible care. If we can handle the critical needs of a hospital, imagine what we can do for your business.
Southern Bell, the one to turn to.
Watch Shapiro and Shamoka, the sports guys, on Channel 6 Action News.
Here are the Dolphins coming out just shy of their own 20-yard line. Dan Marino at quarterback, Sammy Smith 33 and Tony Page 49 of the running backs. In motion, Farrell Edmonds. Marino over the middle, dropped. Tony Page couldn't hold it. Morrissey, the linebacker, had the coverage, but Page should have made the catch. Marino, 16 pages in the press guide this year, up from 13 and a half last year. He's with Page and Smith and Duper and Banks and Edmonds. Richmond Webb and Keith Sims. Those two talented youngsters over on the left side, Ulenake, Galbraith, and Dennis.
Only 6 years of experience in an offensive line, and Dennis was hurt a couple of those years. Not a lot of experience in the offensive line for the Dolphins.
And moving back is Smith. And he gets up to the 24-yard line, doing a good deal just on his own there. Sean Gale, number 23, the free safety, makes a tackle for the Chicago Bears. The Bears were rather impressive against a Cleveland team that was, of course, really not up to what it will be last week, but they shut them out. Armstrong, Perry, he's impressed here this year. Hampton and Dent, very fine group there. Rivera, the great Mike Singletary, and Jim Morrissey are the backers. 3rd down and 5. Got the Martin and Brown in there at wide receiver spot. And quickly, the pass is thrown behind the intended receiver, Mark Logan. They put a good deal of pressure on Marino that time, Bob.
Well, they did, and they moved him around just enough to get him out of his timing. And the timing with the receiver wasn't there. It was close. Had he caught the ball, whether or not he would have picked up the first down.
It was going to be close. In to do the punting, Reggie Roby, the 8-year veteran from Iowa, a Pro Bowler, 6th all-time on the National Football League punting list, 43.4 average. Tom Waddle, 87, downfield to receive. A line drive boomer.
It's a good time to return right here.
Yeah, Waddle took it at the 25, finds some running room, returns to the 36-yard line. Waddle out of Boston College, the free agent, tackled by Brian Kitchen, number 88. Tonight's Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive will continue from Soldier Field in a moment.
Turn the key.
Exxon brings you 2 new gasolines that reduce emissions. New Exxon 93 Supreme and Exxon Plus.
each precision engineered for high performance and lower emissions. They're the first of a new generation of gasolines from Exxon.
Turn the key. Exxon.
Think of it as a summit of the best.
It must be designed classic European styling. It must be as big as it is beautiful.
Motor Trend. Buick engineers have come up with one of the quietest, tightest, smoothest operating luxury sedans we have ever driven. Right up there with Lexus 400.
It will be a Buick. Park Avenue.
Park Avenue at your Florida Buick dealers. A summit of the best.
Wouldn't it be great if you were at a party and suddenly you could read people's minds? And wouldn't it be great if you knew that Candace Robertson wanted beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if later that evening you and Candace went to Vegas? Yeah! Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light, bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
60-year-old Don Shula, native of Painesville, Ohio, the head man of the Dolphins. Chatting there with Cliff Stout.
John Sandusky, the coach right there with the headphone on behind Stout, and to his left, to our left right there.
51-yard punt by Roby, 12-yard return by Waddle. First down for the Bears. They'll operate from the 36-yard line. Tomczyk got lots of time. He throws to the near sideline, and it's complete over there to Ron Morris. He has a first down at the 48-yard line. J.B. Brown, the left corner, had the coverage, but he gave him a little bit of room there. There's Tomczyk, born right here in Chicago.
To look from the end zone behind the Bears. Good pass protection, play action on first down. 4 of the 6 plays that the Bears have run have been passes, and that is because the 2 corners, Brown number 37 and Magruder 28, are both young corners.
And also Chicago wants to do a lot more passing and have an opportunity to work on this new offense. There's Brian Biro out of Utah. He was on the developmental squad in '89. And back injury has caused Brad Muster to miss contact work, and he's not ready to play, so Biro's getting an opportunity. Offerdahl making the tackle, 56 with Soche 70. Good to have Offerdahl in camp. And Steve, let's go down to you quickly. Well, apparently a problem with Steve Shapiro's mic that we will get cleared up. Right now at the 46-yard line. Second down, 5. No score in the first period. This is Anderson. Anderson popped down at about the 45-yard line. Hugh Green, the veteran number 55, coming in from the right outside linebacker spot. Green, orphaned at age 6, raised by his grandparents. Quite a story. We see Cross there, 91. Out of Missouri, a fine pass rusher. He had 10 sacks in '89. That was tops on the team.
It's an outstanding pass rusher. Green that time. Hugh made a nice play, crashing in, forcing the fullback, and getting a piece of the tackle on the tailback.
Third down and 4. Tomczyk again to the air, and it's complete to Anderson. He's got the first down. Those cornerbacks playing rather soft, and Chicago taking advantage of it. Now let's check in with Steve Shapiro.
Okay, we have an injury report on the Bears. Wide receiver Wendell Davis has a slightly pulled hamstring. It is doubtful that he will play again tonight.
Davis out of LSU, the All-American, #1 draft choice in '88. The ball just inside the 40-yard line, a 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Davis is a man that really the Bears wanted to get more involved in their offense. They wanted him to be the go-to guy along with Neil Anderson.
Anderson split way right at the top of the screen. And going long. Tom Zach, he had his man, but overthrew him just a little bit. It was Cap Bozo in there at tight end. Bozo in his 4th year out of Illinois. Originally a Pittsburgh Steeler draft pick, the number 8 draft in '86. Tom Zach, boy, he knew he might have had something going there. He's 5 out of 7 for 43 yards. Offerdahl with the coverage back there as they had him isolated on the linebacker.
Well, they have a little bit of a quarterback competition, not controversy, as you look at Offerdahl with good coverage on that play in Chicago here with the quarterbacks, Tom Zach and Harbaugh. Tom Zach started 11 games last year. Harbaugh started 5. We'll see them both here tonight. And as I mentioned, Greg Landry, the offensive coordinator, wants to open up the offense a little bit more this year.
And Tom Zach again going to go to the air, and he throws, and it is caught. Almost dropped at the 30-yard line by Bozo, but he got it just down around the knees. And he carries for a first down near the 25-yard line. Offerdahl again on the stop.
I think he caught it and fumbled it, Jay. I'm not sure.
I don't think it went to the ground, but let's see. It is a first down, that's for sure. Did this ball go to the ground? No, he was able to
now he's going to fumble. He fumbles it after the catch, and Anderson recovers it.
Yes, indeed.
Take a look from behind.
I thought maybe he had dropped the ball. It came very close right here to hitting the ground. He makes the save right there. And then later fumbles on the play. He was hit by Mike Reichenbach, number 52. Now timeout is called. The ball at the 25-yard line. We have 7:18 remaining to be played in this first period of play. Referee Jerry Markbright and his crew officiating this game for the National Football League. And tonight's Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive will continue from Soldier Field. No score. We'll be back in a moment.
This could be your last chance to make the deal of the year. On a 1990 Mazda 626, the 91s are coming, so all the 90s have to go. Now, get air or automatic at no extra charge, plus $1,000 cash back. A deal worth up to $1,810, and that's just the start. Ask your Mazda dealer how good the deals can get, but hurry, it's your last chance.
At your Dave Broward Mazda dealer, now.
Food shopping now? I'm so excited.
This isn't just shopping, it's extra.
Wow, what variety.
Do I actually hear you getting excited?
Well, with Sunkissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle, diet and regular, and delicious Lender's bagels in assorted varieties, I could possibly get ecstatic.
Pace yourself. We haven't even reached the grocery aisles yet.
You know, I can't think of anything more exciting than extra.
I can.
Oh?
Eating all this great food.
Good idea.
Right now.
We better wait.
You're extra, we think you deserve the
We gotta make this ferry.
Dad, the boat.
They're not back here either.
I just had them.
We're gonna make it.
This family's vacation could be in big trouble. But the traveler's checks they lost were American Express. And American Express can hand deliver a refund virtually anywhere.
They'll bring them to the island.
Make sure you take only American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them.
With Bob Greasy and Steve Shapiro, Jay Randolph, Soldier Field. Just about sold out on this Saturday evening. Fog's starting to come in off the lake a little bit. Really a very beautiful day here today. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Bears. No score. That's Morris going in motion, coming back toward the near side. And the handoff goes to Anderson. Anderson, fine runner, down to the 21-yard line where Brian Sauché, number 70, comes in to make the play. Preseason over the years. This is the 8th time these clubs have met in preseason play. It began back in '69. The Bears leading in preseason. 4 victories, 2 losses, and a tie. Tomzik, Bob has talked about him. He played in basically a run offense at Ohio State. He's had a lot of problems with Coach Ditka, but they seem to be more smoothed out in the 1990 season. Anderson coming in motion. A little delay goes to Biro, and nothing there for him. Good job. Stop made right along the line of scrimmage. T.J. Turner, 95, leading the way, along with Lewis Oliver coming up from free safety number 25. And the ball spotted down at the 20-yard line. Here's Offerdahl. It's good to have him in place.
Well, it's a mixed direction, and Offerdahl sees the guards pulling, is not fooled, plays off the block of Thayer, and then gets in and gets the first piece of Bureau, and he gets some help from his friends, Oliver and Reichenbach, but Offerdahl, the only linebacker in Dolphin history ever to start in a Pro Bowl game. And he's been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight years. Been into the league 4 years, been to the Pro Bowl 4 years in a row.
Here's a delay and a fumble and a pile up at the 25. They still scramble for it. It looks like the Dolphins have come away with it. Anderson, as they were operating out of the shotgun, got the pitch back. And we'll wait till they unravel. Underneath the pile, it looked like J.B. Brown coming away for the Dolphins. So the Dolphins come up with a nice defensive play. There's Brown, number 37, out of Maryland, number 12 draft pick, as he came up with the ball to stop this Chicago Bear drive.
But it's poorly executed. It's supposed to be a draw play from the gun formation. T.J. Turner, 95, knocks it loose.
And we'll have more preseason play when we come back.
For the past 6 years combined, Pontiac has outsold every brand of import. You're looking at the reasons why. Spirited performance, advanced technology, and pure driving excitement. The race to excitement continues with big cash back, like up to $2,000 on Grand Prix, and that makes the real winner you.
Hey, comrades of cool, listen down. It's Bennigan's great Glasnost giveaway through August 18th. You could win trips to Moscow, thousands of prizes. Oh, boy. Flying Midway Airlines to Russian circus touring America. Winsky, Bigsky, whoop it up with Russian food and drink, Bennigan style. Bottoms down. Play the great Glasnost giveaway through August 18th. Come join the party at Bennigan's. Your escape.
I'm Clint Brinkley. How about Jake and the Fat Man, huh?
Too heavyweight. I kind of like Bottles and James.
Too cool.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Too much steak. We need 2 guys who know the game.
Shapiro and Shamoka.
Alligator wrestlers.
Shapiro and Shamoka, the sports guys.
Shapiro and Shamoka, the sports guys. I can hear the announcer now.
Shapiro and Shamoka, the sports guys on 6.
Great stuff.
The Dolphins have the football, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 2 decades. After the fumble recovery, light rain starting to fall here now. Marino will start them out just shy of the 25-yard line. That's Banks in motion and the handoff going to Sammy Smith, number 33, and he's stopped and a little shoving going on as William Perry lets the guys know that he's around. Perry's had a good camp. The Bridge has impressed the coaching staff this year. Marino.
At the top of your screen, the 2 rookies, Richmond Webb is 78 and Sims is 69. Webb gets his man, and Sims says, I want a piece of him too. He's on the ground. Let me get a piece of him. But the Bears are crossing their defensive line early in this ball game, and it's a little bit confusing for the offensive lineman for the Dolphins.
From the shotgun on 2nd and 9. Little screen over the middle. Page across the 30, 35, first down at the 36-yard line. Page out of Virginia Tech. An all-round fullback. Got good block that time from Keith Sims. Tackle made by Jim Morrissey, the linebacker, 51. We've got Webb, 78, and Sibbs, 69 at left tackle and left guard, the number 1 and number 2 draft picks. And, of course, Dellenbach and Foster are unsigned at this point, and these young people getting an opportunity to learn a lot of football quickly.
It was a middle screen executed very well by the Dolphins.
4.5 to play. No score. First quarter here at Soldier Field. Marino may have changed that play at the line of scrimmage. The pitch back coming to Smith. And a fine play by Dynamite Dave Duerson, the 8-year veteran out of Notre Dame, along with Morris Douglas, 22 and 37, coming up to put the stop on him.
was a poor read by Sammy Smith. The fullback, Page, had blocked the force man, Dorson, out to the outside, and Smith, the hole was back inside. Whatever hole there was, there certainly wasn't a hole to the outside, and a loss for the Dolphins and Sammy Smith.
Donnell Wolford did not dress for the Bears. Their fine cornerback is a strep throat and is being replaced by Douglas, 37. It is 2nd down, 13. Again, the shotgun. Penalty marker down. First flag of the game, and the pass is complete to Banks. He's just shy of a first down as the stop was made by Stinson, 32, but we'll see what the call is here. The referee is Jerry Markbright, the umpire Bob Boylston, head linesman Leo Miles, line judge Ben Dry, back judge Doug Toole, Larry Nemmers is the side judge, the field judge Bill Schmitz, and our replay official is Bob Beeks. Offsides against the Bears. It'll be refused. They'll give the gain up to the 44-yard line. Just shy of the first down there as we have 3.5 to play in a scoreless first period here.
Dolphins decided to take 3rd and 2 rather than 2nd and 8. Actually, it's about 1.5 yards.
Double tight end arrangement. Edmonds 80 and Kinchin 88 are in there. And Beatty 92 is also in there. That's Kinchin going in motion, and the handoff going to Smith. Well, it's going to be close. I don't know if he got there or not. He did get the ball across the 45, but he really needs to touch the 46 for the first down.
I think the interesting thing there, Jay, is the first, third, and short yardage situation of the 1990 season. The Dolphins and Don Shula decide to run left behind the 2 rookies, Webb and Sims.
Singletary came up in the middle, number 50, to make the stop. 7 straight Pro Bowls for Mike Singletary, and they're going to bring the chains in for the measurement. This stadium was built on 10,000 pile foundations that replaced the lakefront here. And just shy of the first down.
Well, in these games, I'm talking about preseason games, especially the first one, sometimes the coaches have a tendency to go ahead and go for it, and the Dolphins look as though they're going to do that.
Well, it's just an inch. And sometimes that can be very tough in this game, as you well know.
Well, it's a good opportunity for Shula and his staff to find out, can you pick up an inch on 4th down when we really need it? It's on their own 45-yard line.
And again, it's Edmonds and Kinchin and Beatty all in there. Page and Smith behind Marino. And first down for Sammy Smith, and he had to work hard, sliding to his left outside. First down as he got near the 48-yard line. Richard Dent, 95, made the play. Dorson also coming up to make the stop. Sammy Smith.
It's a good piece of running by Smith. Ordinarily on 3rd and inches, you don't like to get up in there and then bounce it to the outside, thinking that if you just lower your head or go over the top, you can make it. But I don't think there was anything there, and I don't think he would have made the first down had he not gone around.
Only Andre Franklin with more first-year yardage than Smith.
As a rookie?
Yeah, as a rookie. And this pass is too low, intended for Page, incomplete. Ron Rivera, the left linebacker, 59, coming up to make the stop. Andre Franklin, 711 yards back in 81. 569 yards rushing for Sammy Smith last season. And one of the items that we'd heard about was that he had bad hands, but apparently that's improved.
Well, I think at Florida State, they didn't throw the ball to him very often, and he has worked on his hands a great deal. In fact, Carl Tassett, the running back coach, and Shula say that he has had a big improvement, not only in his pass-catching ability, but also in his assignments, and he's a very confident player.
Second down and 10 from the 47, and it is intercepted. Number 37, Maurice Douglas, comes away. Farrell Edmonds looked like he was going to catch that ball, and here is Douglas coming all the way. Did he go out of bounds? He did. He was out of bounds at the 9. Webb finally was able to get a hand on him and knock him out, but it looked for a moment as Marino winged that ball to Edmonds that it was going to click for the Dolphins, but it was Maurice Douglas, who's playing in the place of Wolford at cornerback, who came up with it and returned 60 yards.
Pretty good protection. But I don't know if Rivera tipped that ball or not, but for sure, Douglas gets it and does some fancy dancing down the sideline. Douglas used to be an Ecdysius, which is a male stripper. Has given that up now and is doing the pretty good dance down the sideline. I don't know if Rivera tipped that ball or not.
It was hard to tell, really was. But quite a play, and it sets the Bears up at the 9-yard line with 1:06 remaining. 60-yard interception return for Douglas. And as so often the case, he steps in for an injured player and was able to make a very big play here late in the first quarter. Tom Zech coming over to talk things over with the coaching staff. Mike Ditka will be 51 on October the 18th, right there. Born in Carnegie, Pennsylvania, raised in Aliquippa, All-American at Pittsburgh in 58 and 60. I remember seeing him there when I was doing West Virginia's games. He was an awesome sight. First tight end admitted to the National Football League Hall of Fame. I think Jackie Smith should be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm glad that Bob Greasy's in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, that was a great weekend. It really was, Jay. It was, kept you going, moving around, but...
Well, you didn't lose your sense of humor either. I like that. I really like that. At the 9-yard line, here are the Bears. 84 going wide to the right is Morris. You've got Bureau and Anderson in there. That's Anderson going in motion. Tom Zach looking left, throwing over the middle. Oh, fine play. The pass was intended for Anderson, and a play made by Jarvis Williams. Williams, the third-year man out of Florida. Boy, he makes a nice play here. Very quick to get to that ball.
Want to roll to the left, try to pull the free safety, Oliver, away from him, and the pass was there. Williams just gets back and makes the play. 25 is Oliver, the free safety, and that was why the roll was to the left, to isolate him on, get Williams one-on-one, and Williams made the play.
The rain's starting to come down a bit stronger at this point. Tom Zach going to go to the air. He does. That's Bureau. Bureau brought down, and a penalty marker goes down. E.J. Jr. making the tackle, and we'll have to see what the call is near the 3-yard line. The veteran Jerry Markbright, as we mentioned, leading this official crew. That's Markbright, of course, in the white hat. Holding Dolphins. Number 44, Scott Williams, going to come into the backfield for the Bears. We have 57 seconds remaining to be played in this first quarter, and the Bears, after the interception, knocking on the door. Got a quarter breaker. Hero came out. They're attending to him down in front of us. Fred Cato, the trainer. I can see working on Bureau out of Utah. They're a little bit light in the fullback and running back situations right now with some injuries. The crew's still deciding where this ball's going to go. A rather entertaining first period for the first preseason game for the Dolphins and second for the Bears.
Let's go back and take a look at that interception and see if the ball, see if we can tell if it was deflected or if the ball just bounced off of Edmonds.
Holding, number 28 on the defense.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't think he got his hand on it.
I don't think it was deflected. I do not think it was deflected. I think it was slightly behind Edmonds. He had to reach back for it, but I do not think it was deflected. Let's take another look at another angle. Well, I don't know.
Hard to tell.
I don't know. Maybe it was deflected.
All right, the holding call will put the ball just inside the 5. First and goal to go. Now the Bears now with an opportunity, and Anderson gets down to about the 3. Brian Sauché, number 70, making the play. Originally signed with Houston in '83, very strong performer. Cliff Odom, as we remind you, at number 93 in there at an inside linebacker spot. Barry Krause with the knee problem did not make the trip.
Sauché was a free agent, as you mentioned, came over from Houston a few years ago and has not done nothing but played great football for the Dolphins. It's not easy to find an aggressive, strong nose tackle who can handle the center, and Sauché has done that. In fact, was an alternate on the Pro Bowl team last year.
Folks at the north end of the field are disappointed. End of the first quarter. They'll take the long walk, and we'll be back with the second period here at Soldier Field right after this.
What you do for me, Toyota.
I think first car a lot.
When you
Dolphins in the goal line defense, and the pitch coming to Anderson. Anderson in trouble. Good job by the swarming defense of the Dolphins. Stop made back around the 5-yard line, and J.B. Brown leading the way.
That was good defensive coverage by the Dolphins, as you mentioned, Brown. And when you string it out that far with a man that can run as quick as Neil Anderson, you know there's got to be some pursuit from the inside, and there was. A good team effort by the Dolphin defense.
Now Kozlowski comes back in at a wide receiver spot. And we've got Ron Morris, 84, also in there. There's the first quarter stats. Time of possession really in the favor of the Bears.
Each team had a turnover, and of course the big turnover, the last Marino interception, which has put the Bears inside the Dolphin 5.
On third down and goal. Tomczak running, throwing, and overthrows the intended receiver. He had him open in the corner. Scott Williams. Turner put some pressure on, and Tomczak had to rush a little bit once he saw Williams back there. Oh, we're going to have Kevin Butler come on to attempt the field goal. It'll be Tomczak to hold. Butler out of Georgia, the All-American. 7-time National Football League history book. They were pulled off. Jerry Markbright will get his people together and see what they saw. Illegal procedure against the Bears. Well, it'll tack 5 yards onto Butler's field goal try. There's Kevin Butler, 1989. He's one of the very talented field goal kickers in the National Football League. Had a 31-yard field goal in the preseason opener at Canton against Cleveland. And this kick is up, and it is good. And with 14:03 remaining in the first half, the Bears are on the board at Soldier Field, 3-0. Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive coverage continues from Soldier Field in just a moment.
For some people, politics is about business. For me, it's about family and values. My grandmother came here from Spain 5 generations ago. My father was a waiter. I worked my way through college and built a successful business. I married my high school sweetheart, Mary Jane, and now we have twin granddaughters. Caring about my community grew into leading Tampa's mayor. And when the bureaucrats and politicians in Tallahassee stopped listening to taxpayers like us, I ran for governor. I fought that Tallahassee gang from day one. We've cut waste and saved taxpayers $1 billion. I know I've made mistakes. You've told me I've disappointed you sometimes. I've listened and I've learned. And today we're fighting drugs and crime harder than ever. Protecting our environment and preserving Florida's special quality of life for all our families. And that's what's important to me.
This could be your last chance to make the deal of the year. On a 1990 Mazda MPV. To make room for the 91s, every 90's got to go. Get the most trouble-free minivan in America now and choose from special option packages that can save you up to $750 on top of your Mazda dealer's best deal. How good can the deals get? Ask your Mazda dealer now. Don't miss your last chance.
At your Dade Broward Mazda dealer now.
Watch Shapiro and Shamoka, the Sports Guys, on Channel 6 Action News.
The Chicago Bears on the board after the field goal of 27 yards. Higgs 21, Logan 20. Back to receive this kick that will come from Kevin Butler. Logan at the 2, at the 10, 15, at the 20, at the 25, spins out and gets to the 27-yard line. Mark Logan on a fine return. Steve Heisch makes the tackle. Let's go down to Steve.
Okay, it was raining a little harder a little earlier. It seems like it's let up a little bit. Also, the grass here is very high. You can see it's almost covering my shoe. It might get kind of slippery and affect the game the rest of the way. Back up to you guys.
All right, Steve.
Looks like the rough in the PGA
down at Shoal Creek.
Yeah.
This is not Bermuda here, though.
I was down on the field earlier, and the grass is long, and it's rather a slow track tonight.
Steve is versatile. He can do sports and weather. First and 10. Marino rolling out, stops, plants, throws, and it's complete. Farrell Edmonds, the tight end, makes the catch this time. Ron Rivera is there. Rivera 59 with help from Singletary. It's a first down right along the 40-yard line.
Watch from the left of Marino. 69 is the rookie Keith Sims, the number 2 draft choice. Throws a block on Armstrong, opens up a nice lane for the quarterback, the senior receiver. Edmonds takes it and takes some punishment on the way down, but a nice play by the quarterback and the young rookie and Farrell Edmonds.
Edmonds, the first Dolphin tight end ever in the Pro Bowl. Marino 3 out of 7, 35 yards here. Still in the game, and spinning through is Sammy Smith. It's good to have Smith in camp, isn't it? He's much farther along, of course. That was a real problem last year.
He had a contract dispute. He was a rookie last season. Didn't come in for almost the entire training camp. Missed most all of it. Was behind. It's very tough for a running back to pick up all of the plays. The adjustments, mainly the blocking assignments, picking up linebackers. Much more confident running back this year.
Second down and 5. Singletary filled the hole and made the stop on that last play. Play action. Marino has to bail out. Secondary receiver. And it is Tony Page. Page at the 48-yard line, close to the first down. Looks like he's got it. Ron Rivera, 59 on the tackle. It is another Dolphin first down.
Marino got hit hard after he threw that ball. Both Armstrong and William Perry. Look to the right side of your screen. The 2 defensive linemen cross. Here comes Perry, number 72, and Armstrong. Marino try to sidearms the ball. Page, who is an excellent receiver.
Yeah, he's one of those rare individuals who can block and also catch.
He's been a real joy as Page this training camp.
Marino on first down throwing, and it is complete. Number 86, Fred Banks, out of Liberty, makes the catch. He caught 30 last season for 520 yards. Dave Duerson, 22. Lemuel Stinson, 32, converging to make the stop, and shy of the first down by about a yard. Dolphins on the move nicely here, Bob.
Good protection by the left side of the offensive line. Anytime you go to catch a slant, you're going to get hit, and Banks held on as 3 Bears unloaded on him.
Soldier Field packed to the rim at about 66,000 here watching with you. Preseason action. Getting the call, Page. Page has got the first down inside the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Duerson, 22, and again, Steve Shapiro. Again, we must be having a problem with Steve's microphone.
Rain must be getting to him.
Maybe we get him an umbrella. Hope you enjoyed the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show this evening. And will join us, of course, next Saturday from Philadelphia. Marino. Sammy Smith should have caught that ball at the 30-yard line. Jim Morrissey had the coverage.
Well, just as we say that he's catching the ball a little bit better, he drops one that's right in his hands.
Hit him right in the hands, right? You quarterbacks, you didn't like that when they dropped those, did you?
Well, as long as you know the guy is working hard on it, he's working in practice. If he catches him in practice, you're going to drop some in the ball games, and he doesn't have to catch everyone because he's come a long way in a year towards catching footballs. But
just the fact that he's going to be a threat, Bob, will help the overall offensive scheme.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Marino straight back, throwing out into the flat, and incomplete at the 30-yard line. Page tried to hold on, and Stinson and Morrissey really harassing the intended receiver. Now let's try to get to Steve.
All right, Jay, we're going to get it right. I'm standing here with the Dolphins, the father of the Dolphins' first-round draft pick, Richmond Webb. This is Richmond Webb Sr. Look like they're on a drive here. How do you think his son has played so far?
He's played a good game, and I really was amazed when I seen him with the man that stopped that touchdown. I didn't know who he was, but when I seen him down around the 10-yard line and then knocked him out, because I thought that it was all touchdown automatic. But
okay, Mr. Webb, thank you very much. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Happy with that quick and agile son of his, number 78.
Receivers, here's a pass protection.
And the catch high into the air. Clayton did not practice this week. That groin problem didn't make the trip. So it's a first down at the 15-yard line. Pitch comes back to Sammy Smith. And he gets 2 very tough yards before Trace Armstrong, 93, who played at Florida, wraps him up. Armstrong transferred from Arizona State and number 1 draft pick of the Bears, now in his second year. Trace Armstrong, there he is. He sacked Ernie Kosar twice in that game at Canton, which you watched last Saturday, Bob.
Armstrong is a good player, as you mentioned. He was at Arizona State. Saw him play out there for a couple of years. He sat out a year, went to Florida, and played out there in Gainesville, and was their number 1 draft choice.
Duper wide to the right, second down and 8 at the 13-yard line. Marino may have audible eyes. He's going, and he's got him. Touchdown! Beautiful play. Mark Duper working on Maurice Douglas, and a penalty marker down.
It's got to be on Douglas for holding. As soon as Duper faked the slant and went up the field, Douglas tried to hold on.
And Duper just went around and behind and got in the clear. Unless they're going to call Duper for pushing off. Let's see. I don't think.
Holding. Number 37. Defense. Decline. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Beautiful maneuver as Marino and Duper hook up for a 13-yard touchdown.
Duper healthy, happy. Shula's happy. Last year only caught 1 touchdown pass all season long, although he caught 49 passes. He only caught 1 touchdown the previous year, and there's been some talk that he may be slowing down. He's 31 years of age, but Duper having an excellent training camp, running well, and seems to be in fine form.
Stoyanovich out of Indiana. Hit the crossbar. A point after. Bounces back. 8:22 left in the first half. Dolphins 6, Bears 3.
Can take a look at that touchdown. Marino is going to take the ball and watch as he pumps. This is where Duper runs the slant, and then he runs a slant and up. Douglas is fooled, grabs onto him, misses him, and Duper makes the catch for the touchdown. It's interesting that Douglas, 37, is also the man that figured in the field goal for Chicago with the interception.
Flores kicking off. This is Rouse on the return, and Rouse is near the 15-yard line. J.B. Brown is having a fine first half for the Dolphins, number 37, in there on the specialty unit as well as starting at cornerback. Came up to make the play. The scoring drive, 73 yards in 10 plays. Marino with a 13-yarder as Duper did a job back there, and the Bears down 6-3.
And you know, Jay, what was impressive is the Dolphins and Marino, after he threw the interception to allow the Bears to go down and score 3 points. points, came right back on their next series, took it down, and got the touchdown to go in front.
Pat Chaffee is in the backfield now, number 38. Tomczak still there. The pass coming out to Anderson. Anderson bumped out of bounds near the 26-yard line. Banged out over there by Michael Magruder. He got the start over at the right corner spot.
You know, the other impressive thing about what we've seen in the last two drives is that the Dolphin defense, after that interception, the Bears took over on the Dolphin 9-yard line. The Dolphin defense held, forced them to kick the field goal, and didn't give up the touchdown. So plaudits to the Dolphin defense for not allowing the touchdown when they backed up in their own territory.
Some bright spots for the Dolphins here in this first half. Eric Krummerow, number 90, now in there for Hugh Green at the right outside linebacker spot. Second down and 4. And the pass is caught. And it's a fine catch at the 35. Right on the 35-yard line, number 86, Cap Bozo, really got jammed. Leading the way for the Dolphins was Jarvis Williams. Somebody else's number I couldn't see came in there and was like putting him in a vice. He did an excellent job, Bob, of holding on to the football. He's a little shaken up, of course, as he comes here to the near side. I think the other player might have been Brown.
Take a look to the left side of your screen. I think it's Williams that reads this very well. Just to the left side, yeah, that's 26. Just cannot get there to make the play and break it up. Boza goes down and is on the sideline. Seems like his left arm was bothering him.
He did a heck of a job to hold on to that football. 29, Gentry going in motion. Give up the middle to Pat Chaffee, the rookie, number 5 draft choice out of Oregon State.
But, you know, going back to that last play, Jay, as we mentioned, one of the things that Shula wanted to do is be more physical going into the season, and that's the type of play, as you take a look at Boza on the sideline, is he being administered to, that Shula wants. He wants it from the defense, and he wants it from the offense to be more physical in their play.
There seems to be more intensity and certainly more happiness in camp for the Dolphins in 1990 than there was a year ago, but of course I guess that wouldn't have been hard. Ball just over the 40-yard line. Tomczak, quick toss to the outside. That's Anderson. And the play read well by Magruder, and he made the tackle immediately. It's going to be a first down at the 46-yard line. You see Magruder pointing across the field to one of his teammates.
This is the hurry-up offense.
That's another thing that you're going to see from the Bears this year.
Yeah.
The offensive changes. This team is a little more like San Francisco and Green Bay now.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. And they are going to work on the no-huddle offense when they have the opportunity. Tomczak throwing again, and a good catch made by Chafee, and now penalty markers go down as Chafee took it down to the 46-yard line before J.B. Brown made the tackle, number 37.
You know, Jay, as we wait to see what the officials, offensive pushing against the Bears, talking about the no-huddle offense, I think it's good to change the tempo for the offense. I mean, I think...
number 86, offense.
Call goes against Bozo, who's back in there on that last play.
I think it's good for to change the tempo. Sometimes you huddle up and you're not working right. I think it's good to have that ability to come to the line of scrimmage, call a play at the line of scrimmage. It changes the timing and tempo. It may not fool the defense, it may not cross up the defense, but at least it has an opportunity to do that. But I think it also helps to change the tempo of your offense every now and then.
First down and 20. The ball at the 36-yard line. 5:11 remaining first half. 6-3 Miami. And a good catch at the 45-yard line by Dennis Gentry. Gentry, who played at Baylor, 9-year man, hit by E.J. Jr. 54. Steve Shapiro, come in, please.
Yes, Dan Marino is out of the game now. Played almost exactly a quarter and a half. Scott Secules will come in behind him. Then Scott Mitchell, the rookie, will play probably in the fourth quarter. Cliff Stout will not play. They know what he can do. They have some questions to answer about the younger guys. Jay?
Yeah, there have been some thoughts about Cliff Stout. Maybe the Bears might be interested in him. There was a story here earlier this week. Anderson ferreting his way through to about the 48-yard line where Krummerow, number 90, makes the play. I mentioned Krummerow now in there at right outside linebacker. And Krummerow with a knee injury last year, born here in Chicago, as we look at another Chicagoan, Mike Tomczak. talked about Tom Zach's problems with Mike Ditka. But Ditka, since his heart problems, has mellowed a bit, we're told, and they seem to be getting along much better.
Well, Dan Reeves, a good friend of Ditka, the coach of the Denver Broncos, had some heart problems this past week, and
wish him the best. An old friend of ours was with the Cowboys when he came up as a reserve quarterback. Oh, wide open was Dennis Gentry, but Tom Zach threw it way down the middle behind him, and the ball might have been tipped by Crumero. I don't know, but something happened there, because normally Tom Zach would not come up empty with a man in the clear that much.
Well, Tom Zach just rushed it. It took a little bit longer than it normally takes because they were crossing, and they didn't get crossed as quickly as they would like to have.
We've got Williams 26 and Tony Martin 89 downfield to receive this punt. That will come from the 9-year veteran from Texas Tech, Maury Buford. Buford hangs it high. Fair catch called for at the 6-yard line. Tony Martin takes it in, and the Dolphins will have it there with 3:43 remaining when we come back. Miami leading 6-3.
Showtime. Chili's Grill and Bar. Just watch us do our strip. The Star is a hot sensation. 10 ounces of the most tempting sirloin you've ever seen. Then things really start to sizzle. With a toss of the curl, something spicy, and the toast of the town. So come on in. You're gonna flip for our strip. No place.
Getting to know you. Geostorm. This is great. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. Oh, look at this.
Get to know Geostorm.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Look at this
that's great.
and get a great deal
This is, look at this.
at your Chevrolet Geo dealers. Food shopping now? I'm so excited. Well, with sun-kissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle.
Along with Bob Greasy and Steve Shapiro, Jay Randolph, Soldier Field, Chicago, 6-3 play. Clock running with 3 minutes.
Jones is looking to replace Mike Singletary if and when he ever retires. And a veteran who has proven himself over the years doesn't get paid nearly as well.
The owners, I guess, have only themselves to blame, though. The 3. And 40. And he operates out of the shotgun.
38 seconds. Not a lot of time for him to get something done.
Well, let's see. He throws out here to Anderson. Got blockers in front of him. Anderson in the open field. Across the 50. At the 40. Still going. Anderson at the 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown, Chicago.
But it's enough time.
Is he something in the open field? This crowd of 66,000 on their feet, you can't blame them. What a tremendous effort.
And not only the crowd, but the Bear coaches are right next door in the booth next door. They were on their feet. Of course, it's a smart play. 38 seconds. You don't want to make a big turnover. Throw a little screen to your big man, your big play man, Neil Anderson. He turns a little simple screen, safe pass into a touchdown. That's Johnny Rowland there, the coach, the bearded coach, congratulating him.
Rowland, a neighbor of mine in St. Louis and a former St. Louis Cardinal. Butler kicks the extra point. And matters have changed very dramatically as the Bears go on top. 10-6 with 22 seconds left. You were right. They had time.
In a matter of seconds, what turned out to be a good defensive first half for the Dolphins just went down the drain on this one play. Look to the right of your screen. That's Hobley, number 29. Now the blockers get in front of him. Oliver, 25, doesn't do anything. Williams, 26, didn't do anything, and now he's just going to make a bunch of guys miss. Now you're in the open field, and he's tough.
68 yards. Boy, you're right, he is tough. He can motate. Just got it in there.
That one player, Anderson, was 30% of the Bear offense last year.
And bear down Chicago Bears. The band plays here. This big crowd really came to life, didn't they?
How about that Michigan quarterback, huh? Coming in. You know, Harbaugh, as you take a look at Mike Ditka with his cap on, a little rain here. Harbaugh is the only T-formation quarterback to graduate out of the University of Michigan ever to throw a touchdown pass in the National Football League.
Let's remind you that Tic Tac is back. Join host Patrick Wayne for a game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. Tic Tac Go, weekdays at 4, starting September 10th on Channel 6. His kickoff coming down, and that is Higgs bringing it up over the 20, 25, out to the 26-yard line. And 16 seconds remain of this first half. Coach Shula speaking with Secules as he'll come back in and try to get one or two plays. Maybe
talking about Neil Anderson and how much he's caught 4 passes for
to talk things over.
Well, you see there, the Dolphins tried very similar play that the Bears
ended up 8-8 on the year after going 0-4, you'll remember, in preseason. Secules hit, got it away, almost intercepted. That'll stop it with 3 seconds remaining in the first half, and time for us to look back to a week ago today. Canton, Ohio, Bob Greasy goes into the Hall of Fame. That had to be a magic moment for you, Mr. G.
That's something you'll never forget. I'll guarantee you that. I appreciate the support that all the fans in Miami gave me throughout the years. And I'm happy for them today, because a team that goes 3 years in a row in the Super Bowl, wins 2 championships, and one of those teams goes undefeated. The fans of Miami deserve to have some players in the Hall of Fame, and I'm honored to be representing those fans of Miami today.
Well, I know the fans of Miami are proud that you're in the Hall. Secules running the ball on the last play of the first half. And we are at halftime. It is 10-6 the Bears. A 60-yard interception by Douglas set up the 27-yard field goal, 14:03 of the second period to give Chicago the 3-0 lead. Butler kicking that field goal. Then Marino to Duper, 13-yard touchdown, 8:22 of the second. Stoyanovich mixed the extra point. Neil Anderson went 68 yards with a touchdown late in this first half. It is 10-6 at halftime. The Bears lead the Dolphins. Back with more right after this.
When things get this hot, you know something's going down. New orange and new fruit punch Gatorade. Now with more orange, more fruit punch, more natural fruit flavor than ever. Cooling that heat with fluids, minerals, energy. New bigger and better orange and fruit punch. Gatorade. Going down easy, just like the other team. It's Thursday for that deep down body thirst.
This could be you. And soon, you'll be one too. Midway Airlines. What flying should be.
Hello, everybody. We're back at Soldier Field in Chicago, an overcast night where the Bears are leading the Dolphins 10-6. I'm Steve Shapiro, along with Russell Shamoka. A pretty good defensive half for the Dolphins that went a little sour at the end of the first half.
Well, if you take a look at that last play, Neil Anderson running for that. 3 Gators involved in that. Anderson, Jarvis Williams, and Louis Oliver. You'd think they had a little something going there.
Well, I certainly hope not. As we told you in their pregame show, we have a special interview now with holdout wide receiver Jim Jensen, who we believe is in his home now in Coral Springs, Florida. Jim, if you can hear me, thank you for being with us. We spoke in your home about 2 weeks ago. Have you gotten any closer? At that time, you were far, far apart in your negotiations with the team. Have you gotten any closer since then?
Well, I haven't talked to my agent, who is David Ware, who's a very reputable agent in Orlando. And I haven't spoken to him in 2 weeks. And I'm hoping to hear from him soon. I don't know what's going on, and I let him do all the work, and I try not to let all the personal stuff get in the way.
Jimmy, Russell Shimoka here at Soldier Field. What seems to be the... How you doing, Jim? What seems to be the stumbling block here? You say if it's not a personal thing. What is it?
Well, I think the problem is we have a philosophical difference in my value to the team, and it's not really a money thing. A lot of people think it is, and I hear all different quotes in the paper and on the radio of what I'm asking for, and I don't know where a lot of the people are getting their sources, but it's basically not money. It's my value and what I've done in the past, you know, my production, and that's what we're banking, what we're asking for.
Jim, at some point, you're going to forfeit a lot of dollars per game. I think maybe $30,000 per game. Are you willing at some point to cut your losses, take their offer, and come back and play football?
Well, you know, there's 3 more preseason games, and, you know, it's not like I'm a rookie where I have to learn the entire system all over again. I know the system, and I'm confident in my abilities, and I'm staying in great shape. So I think eventually we'll get it settled, and I'll be in there by the first game of the season, hopefully.
Jim, Russell again. What are you doing in the... Again, hello. What are you doing to pass the time away?
Well, I'm getting to spend a lot of time with my newborn, and something I wouldn't have been able to do if I was in camp, you know, locked up for 6 weeks. It'd be hard to spend a lot of time with Jake, and I just love him, and I'm having a good time, you know, with the family, getting things done around the house, and working out in the mornings.
All right. Jim, stay where you are if you can. We'll be right back from Soldier Field with more with Jim Jensen.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone, back to halftime here at Soldier Field. Russell Shimoka and Steve Shapiro. Dolphins trailing 10-6. We are talking with holdout wide receiver Jim Jensen back at his home in Coral Springs. And, Jim, one more question about the holdout situation. Have you been in contact with the 4 other players? And what do you seem to talk? If you do you talk with them about their situations?
Yeah, they've been in touch with me. They called me up, and, you know, I guess I'm experienced at this because I held out 4 years ago, and, you know, I really shouldn't have held out because I wasn't playing that much. I was basically playing special teams. But since then, I've been playing a lot, and, you know, I'm just asking for what's fair right now. But I've talked to Troy, I've talked to Rick, I've talked to Roy Foster, and they're all working out at a location with the quarterback from Green Bay, Dom Magic. I don't know how to say his last name, but they're working out with him, especially Troy. He's been doing a lot of patterns and catching the ball and stuff.
Jim, this is Steve Shapiro again. What options do you have? If you choose to hold out the entire season, what can you do? Where can you play football? What options do you have?
Well, that's the problem with the system is that I really don't have an option. You know, there's no free agency in the NFL, and I'm involved with that lawsuit with the Freeman McNeil case, it's called, as far as the players not having the right to go where they want if they're, because they're protected. Okay, if you're unprotected, you can go wherever you want, but if you're protected, the Dolphins have the rights to you up until they want to let you go.
Well, Jim, the Dolphins are trailing here 10-6, and of course they could probably use you on the field there in those 3rd and long situations. Again, Dolphins trailing 10-6. On behalf of Steve and I, we're bringing you this halftime report. We'll be back right after these commercial messages.
Food shopping now? I'm so excited.
This isn't just shopping, it's extra.
Wow, what variety.
Do I actually hear you getting excited?
Well, with Sunkissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle, diet and regular, and delicious Lender's bagels in assorted varieties, I could possibly get ecstatic.
Pace yourself. We haven't even reached the grocery aisles yet.
You know, I can't think of anything more exciting than extra.
I can.
Oh?
Eating all this great food.
Good idea.
Right now.
We better wait.
You're extra, we think you deserve the best.
Recently, Four Wheel and Off-Road magazine took this year's 4x4 of the Year winner and all the past winners and conducted a head-to-head showdown to determine the best of the best. So who won? Who do you think? There are a lot of 4x4s out there, but there's only one Jeep.
Get 0% financing or $1,000 cash back on new Jeep Cherokee.
See your Florida Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Cruising, I feel, is something that a lot of people dream about.
Between a wish and a dream,
Somewhere is here on a Princess Cruise.
somewhere between a wave and the sea, between a glance and a touch,
Somewhere. Only on Princess. It's more than a cruise. It's the Love Boats.
Tonight's Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive is sponsored in part by Lexus Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. By new Keystone and Keystone Light, bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great? By Converse and their new line of magic athletic footwear and apparel. And by Extra Superfood Centers, extra low prices every day.
Bears 10-6. Let's go up to the booth now to Jay and to Bob for their observations.
All right, well, my first observation is that Jensen can't pronounce Mikowski's name, but Mikowski of Green Bay and Jensen of Miami are both looking for money.
The problem is money.
Yeah, right. Let's go to the highlights. A fumble right here early on. Good defense by Miami.
T.J. Turner causing the fumble there, and I think it was Thomas that got on the ball.
Right. Now, a big play. You're going to have an opportunity to see Douglas come up with an interception here. Smart gets right back up. Nobody touched him down. Returns 60 yards. And that would set up an opportunity for the field goal. Good job there. No question about it.
It's a good play by Williams to save the touchdown and force Chicago to go for the field goal right here.
Butler making a 27-yarder, 3-0.
Then Duper beats Douglas on a little slanting up. Marino faking it for the touchdown to put the Dolphins up 6-3.
Late in the game, this little screen out to Anderson. Watch him roll in the open field.
Late in the first half, 38 seconds to go. Just give it the ball to your fastest and your quickest and hope that something good will happen. And Anderson takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Well, it was a very exciting first half. It really was for a preseason game, Bob. I think, as entertaining a game as you could have as you take a look at these first half stats.
Well, as you see, the Dolphins lead in first downs, lead in rushing yardage, which is a big plus for the Dolphins. Really, the Dolphins won the first half except for two plays, and that was the big interception that Douglas had that set up their field goal, and then the big screen pass at the end of the first half that allowed them to score the touchdown.
And it's going to be the Dolphins who will have the football when we start this second half. There's Kevin Butler will put it in play. The kickoff coming down. And that is Logan on the return at the 15. At the 20, penalty marker down as Logan returns it across the 25-yard line. Rain still coming down lightly here as darkness begins to fall over Lake Michigan. Flag on the play, as we mentioned. Marcus Paul, a safety, made the stop. Holding is the initial indication. Going to go against the Dolphins.
Holding number 59. Receiving team on the return. First
call
down.
Going against Stacy Harvey, the linebacker. It's going to put the ball back at about the 16-yard line. And that's where we'll put it in play as we start this second half.
Jay Shula and the Dolphin coaches had to be pretty pleased at halftime about what went on in the first half, except for those two big plays, the screen right before halftime and the interception that Douglas took back and set up the field goal. But other than that, the Dolphins have done very well both on offense and defense.
Secules is there at quarterback. Gets it out to Tony Collins. Collins still on his feet as he gets near the 18-yard line. Fred Washington, 91, came up to trip him up at that point. Got Ryan in there. number 3 draft pick, a rookie.
Here's what Marino did in the first half. He's 7 of 13. The one interception, he did have the one touchdown pass. And Secules, 4 of 6 and 23 yards, just mopping up at the end of the first half.
2nd down and 7. Collins to the 24-yard line. Tackle made by Dante Jones, number 53, the middle linebacker. This stadium that we're playing in, Soldier Field, Bob, you played here in the old College All-Star game.
Certainly did. Back in 1967, that was one of the, I think they had that game about 5 or 6 more years. College All-Stars against the Green Bay Packers. We didn't have a chance.
That's one of the reasons the game ended. Secules on the run, throws, made a nice toss upfield. That was Martin making the catch, 89, and Carrier, a rookie now at free safety, number 20 out of USC, made the tackle. It's going to be enough for the first down.
Tony Martin trying to make this ball club as a wide receiver. That's Carrier, number 20, a rookie first-round choice out of Southern Cal for the Bears.
Martin out of Mesa, and, of course, Northwest High, a real athlete on the developmental squad in 89. Tony Martin, converted college quarterback.
Well, he grew up in Liberty City, and as you mentioned, went to high school at Northwestern right in Miami.
Secules using play action, rolling to the right again, throwing, and he's got a first down. No, they say he was out of bounds over there on the far side. Tony Martin had his foot on the line. Brian Taylor, a reserve second-year defensive back, up on the coverage.
Martin missed half of his junior year and all of his senior year at Northwestern because of grades. He was close friends with Melvin Bratton, Brett Perryman, and Tolbert Bain, who went on to star at the University of Miami. He had to spend 2 years at Bishop College out in Dallas. Went on to Colorado. Martin did. Earned a scholarship.
But he's got a lot of talent, and hopefully he'll be able to come on. Collins that time wrapped up just as he barely got back to the line of scrimmage by Tim Ryan, 96. Fred Washington, number 91. Washington, a number 2 draft choice, a rookie out of Texas Christian University. Bears leading at 10-6. We have 12 minutes, 10 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter. Soldier Field, Chicago. Hope you'll join us next week. Dolphins playing at Philadelphia, Veterans Stadium. Buddy Ryan's Eagles will be on the air at 7. On 3rd and 9. A lot of time, and the pass is complete. The catch made by Martin. Boy, he looked good going high into the air to pick up the first down near midfield.
Well, this is one of the guys that the Dolphins wanted to see in action. He's had a lot of speed. In fact, Shula says he's 4'4", and he's as fast as any Dolphin in camp. This is something that you don't see with Marino. Secules able to move around a little bit, waits for Martin to come across. 2 impressive things. One, the throw, and then Martin not afraid to come across the middle. Martin was a quarterback, as you mentioned, at Mesa College. That was his 3rd college, but he was an outstanding quarterback.
Marcus Paul made the tackle on the last play. He's in there at free safety. Mark Higgs, 21, in the backfield now. The pass out for Higgs, and that was a forward pass, very close to being a lateral, and of course it would have been a live ball out there as Roper, 55, the linebacker, came up. Don Shula, coach for Paul Brown. Back in 51 after playing with the Colts in Washington, then an assistant at Virginia and Kentucky. 1960, assistant to George Wilson in Detroit, and a man who succeeded Weave Eubank in Baltimore. We saw Coach Eubank here on Wednesday night at the Stars and Fans dinner for the Boys Club that I had the privilege of emceeing here in Chicago Wednesday evening. It was a fun night. Andre Brown going in motion, and the handoff goes to Higgs, and Higgs is stopped at about the 47-yard line. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Bears leading at 10-6. Preseason action from Chicago. Hope you're enjoying it. Here on Channel 6 with Bob Greasy and Steve Shapiro. Jay Randolph. And it's just at the 48-yard line. We've got Scott Schwades, who signed this week, number 81 in the lineup now. Schwades, who can Do a lot of things. Catch the pass, return. On third down, incomplete. Pass down at the 39-yard line, intended for Page. Marcus Paul again on the coverage, 36, and punting time for the Dolphins with 10:24 remaining third quarter. Reggie Roby comes back on.
One of the reasons that Swadeys came in is because of the play of Tony Martin in camp. They're vying for that fifth wide receiver spot on the Dolphins, and Martin, as you've seen here tonight, has been very impressive so far in training camp.
James Lott, a rookie free agent from Clemson, back to receive the punt from Roby. Roby hangs it high in the rain. There's a penalty flag down. Ball taken at the 4. Lott coming back. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. It will not be a tackle credited behind the line. Forward progress will be given to the 3-yard line as Logan was down there to do an excellent job. Number 20 leading the way on the specialty unit. And let's see what the flag was about. Flag was thrown up here on the near side at about the 25-yard line. And you see the back judge talking things over.
Probably, from where he threw it, it's probably defensive holding on the Bears on the wide man for the Dolphins. The key then is, did it occur before the punt or after the punt?
Holding, number 36, Chicago, while the kick was in the air. Half the distance.
Holding is charged against number 36 while the kick was in the air.
That's the key phrase. While the kick is in the air, right. Chicago maintains possession.
Marcus Paul, the man who was called for the play. We've got a timeout with 10:12 remaining in the third quarter, and the Bears lead 10-6.
Sound Advice drastically lowers its prices during its 16th annual August clearance sale. It'll knock your socks off. All Sound Advice prices radically cut on closeouts, special purchases, overstocks, and thousands of scratch and dent items. JVC 27-inch stereo TVs now only $599. Save 42% on Sony CD audio systems. Philips 4-head VHS Hi-Fi VCRs just $369. Save 54% on Sony factory reconditioned car AM/FM CD players.
These are the lowest prices I ever saw.
I was trying to get new tires for my wife, but nobody would swap.
What, Chuck? Getting new tires is no joke. Besides, we're here to tell people that when they need tires, that Tire Kingdom absolutely guarantees the lowest tire prices.
Right, Chuck.
We also want to tell people that we carry more brands, types, and sizes of tires than anybody.
Chuck, that's not funny.
Our customers don't want jokes. They come to us for the lowest prices, expert car care, and fast, courteous service.
Did you hear the one about the tire salesman and the...
Anti-lock brakes, dent-resistant composite body panels, fuel-injected multi-valve engines. With performance technology like this, it's no wonder Pontiac has outsold every brand of import for the past 6 years combined. And with big cash back on all Pontiacs, like up to $2,000 on Grand Prix, the clear winner in Pontiac's race to excitement is you.
Watch Shapiro and Shamoka, the Sports Guys, on Channel 6 Action News.
Here at Soldier Field, we'll get a look at the likes of Alfred Oglesby, 96, and African Grant, 41, and Leifert Hopley, 29 in the secondary. Faulkner, 94, Reichenbach, 52, Odom is in there, 93, Wilson, 77, Griggs, 92. Seeing a lot of the second liners now on defense. And the Bears starting deep in their own territory. That was Mark Green on the carry out to about the 7-yard line. Green out of Notre Dame, coming back from a knee injury. Second-year man. He's working back there with Scott Williams, a fourth-year man, number 44 from Georgia. African Grant on that last tackle. Grant was with the Skins. Had that thumb injury in Chicago last year on August the 14th. Now having an opportunity to come back. Grant, number 41. Second down and 6. Banging up the middle, Williams. Williams to the 12-yard line, and Oglesby out of Houston, who was an all-Southwest Conference performer. And we might see Oglesby play some at defensive end as well as that nose position.
He's one of the players that Shula is counting on to come in and not only to add bulk, which he is, number 96, right in the middle of your screen, playing off the center. That's Thayer, 57. But Also, Oglesby with a big body in there, with some weight, some physical players in the middle of that defensive line.
And a measure to see if they picked up enough for the first down. Bears have the first down near the 12-yard line. They have 9:17 remaining in the third quarter. Bears lead at 10-6. No scoring yet here in this third quarter. The first downs, the Bears with a dozen, or Miami with a dozen, the Bears with 9. First and 10.
The Bears, an outstanding running team last year in the NFL. In fact, we're second in the entire league in running the football, and it's a good test for these young Dolphins. Especially their defensive players, the ones that are in there now, to show what they can do.
Green going in motion. Harbaugh over the middle and too far. He was trying to get it to James Coley, the free agent, who caught 2 passes for 51 yards and a touchdown of 35 yards in the victory over Cleveland 13-0 last week. And Harbaugh had too much on that one. He's 1 out of 2. The pass, of course, that he completed, the dandy to Anderson for the touchdown. Anderson doing just about all of it on his own. Second down and 6. Tony Moss out of LSU is in there at a wide receiver spot here on the near side, number 83. Harbaugh has a lot of time, and he gets it to Williams, and Williams up the middle. They've been very effective, Bob, with that little delay pass to the back over the middle. There is a penalty marker down back at the 7-yard line.
It's holding against the Bears. The Bears have their first-team offensive line in the ballgame, and what an outstanding line it is.
Number
73 holding, that's Wojciechowski.
He's playing for Colbert. Colbert did not dress tonight. Wojciechowski, a 4-year man, in there now with Bortz, Hilgenberg, Thayer, and Van Horn.
Hilgenberg may be the best center in the business.
He's certainly durable.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's been to the Pro Bowl the last 5 years.
Second down and about 16. Bears lead at 10-6, 8:20 to play, third quarter. Harbaugh from the end zone. And there it is, out to Green. Green outside at the 15. And down he goes, right along the 15-yard line. Short of the first down. It's J.B. Brown, 37 again, who has been very impressive this evening on defense, making the tackle.
Good protection. You see the right side of the Bear line peel off to our right. Green tucks in behind him very nicely, and 37, J.B. Brown gets up and gets the first piece of him. Brown, very impressive. A 12th round draft choice last year, Jay, was protected by the Dolphins, meaning he was one of the 37 players that the Dolphins protected and made sure that they brought back this year on their roster.
Waddle set right. Quentin Smith in the slot. Smith, number 17. Pass is incomplete. At the 17-yard line, the Bear fans want to call on interference, but they're not going to get it as J.B. Brown again makes a fine play, and Harbaugh and his offensive unit will come off, and it's punting time for the Bears, who lead at 10-6, 7:27 remaining third quarter. Number 11, Kent Sullivan, first-year free agent out of Cal Lutheran, where the Cowboys used to train up at Thousand Oaks. This young man, a 39.8 average on 4 punts against Cleveland last week. And this kick coming down to Martin. Martin on the go, gets to the 45, the 40, down to the 30. Martin, one step away from breaking that for the touchdown. Boy, did a nice job. The tackle was made by Mickey Pruitt, the reserve linebacker. Good block by Lewis Oliver on that play, incidentally. 7:14 remaining third quarter. Tonight's Channel 6 Action Sports exclusive will continue from Soldier Field in just a moment.
Think of it as a summit of the best. It must be designed classic European styling. It must be as big as it is beautiful. Motor Trend. Buick engineers have come up with one of the quietest, tightest, smoothest operating luxury sedans we have ever driven. Right up there with Lexus 400. It will be a Buick. Park Avenue.
Park Avenue at your Florida Buick dealers. A summit of the best.
Medical arts will train you for the job of your life.
A paramedic's life is never dull, and today they're in great demand. Now you can be a paramedical professional in just 4 months at Medical Arts Training Center. No experience required. It's a rewarding career with good pay. For training information and a list of jobs available right now, call us in Dade or Broward for the job of your life.
Medical arts.
It's simple. Now Winn-Dixie gives you low prices nobody can beat. Nobody. On July 27th, 75 of the same grocery items were purchased at Winn-Dixie Extra and Publix. The result, Extra $131.09, Publix $136.57, and Winn-Dixie $121.96. Winn-Dixie saves you up to 10.6%. It's that simple. Winn-Dixie, low prices nobody can beat. Nobody.
Level view of Soldier Field, Chicago. That was a 40-yard punt a moment ago. 24-yard return by Martin. Number 89 looking good, Bob.
He was a 5th-round draft choice last year by the Jets out of Mesa College. He was, like you say, a quarterback. The Jets let him go. The Dolphins picked him up. They liked him before the draft, put him on their developmental squad. He was very impressive last year in practice, and they were very impressed with what he's done so far in training camp this year. And tonight, I might add.
From the 32. The handoff going to Limbrick. Limbrick bangs down there near the 25-yard line. Dolphins looking very impressive for their opening preseason affair on the road. Mark Carrier, number 20, on the tackle. We're inside the 7-minute mark. We're in the third quarter. The Bears lead 10-6. No score here in the third quarter. Dolphins on the move. Dolphins now have Widener, number 60, at center. Barry Pettyjohn is at the guard spot. Brown and Zedler are in there, along with Dave Pop. And a good catch right along the 20-yard line here on the near sideline. Brian Kinchin. Kinchin, who is out of LSU, known best for his blocking. Boy, he made a good adjustment with his feet, Bob, to catch this ball.
Take a look at the protection. Limbrick, number 32, picks up the linebacker on the right side. Adjusts very nicely. It's a 12th-round draft choice a couple of years ago, and is the punt snapper on the special teams. Very versatile young man.
First and 10 at the 19. You want to make a point?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Just a minute.
All right, we'll let you make it. Mark Higgs carries the ball inside the 15. John Roper, 55, on the tackle. Now go.
I was just talking to say something about Brian Kinchin, number 88. We're still talking about. He came highly recommended. Bill Arnsbarger, who was at LSU over there, highly recommended this young man. Said he does a lot of things. He knows special teams, and has been a big contributor for the Dolphins.
Dolphins driving against this Bears second defensive unit. 2nd down and 3. Banging right up the middle. Limbrick close to the first down. Along the 10-yard line, rookie Fred Washington, the number 2 draft choice for Mike Gifty's Bears, makes the tackle.
Shula calls the plays. And the 2 quarterbacks on either side of him normally will signal the plays in, but that time he sent it in with one of the players going in. That's Cliff Stout on the right.
Shula came to Miami as the head coach in 1970. Now in his 28th season as a head man in the National Football League. A 3rd and 1 coming up, and this big crowd of 66,000 urging their Bears to stand up the Dolphins, and timeout called by Sequels. He wants to talk things over. He came out, took one look, Bob, and called a timeout.
Well, it wasn't anything with the defense. Either called the wrong play or the clock was running down.
All right, we'll take a break. 4:42 remaining in the third quarter. Dolphins threatening. Bears lead it 10-6.
Wouldn't it be great if suddenly you were starring in a Hollywood movie with the ever-popular and famous Vava Lavoon? And wouldn't it be great if Vava brought beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if Vava really fell for you? Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
Hey, comrades of cool, listen down. It's Bennigan's great Glasnost giveaway through August 18th. You could win trips to Moscow, thousands of prizes. Oh, boy. Flying Midway Airlines to Russian circus touring America. Winsky, Bigsky, whoop it up with Russian food and drink, Bennigan style. Bottoms down. Play the great Glasnost giveaway through August 18th. Come join the party at Bennigan's. Your escape.
To the eye, the Lexus LS 400 looks like an elegantly contoured luxury sedan. To the wind, however, it doesn't look like much. The Lexus LS 400, the most aerodynamic luxury sedan in America.
Bob Greasy, two items I'd like to get handled before we leave tonight. This new 25-second limit between plays. The applies to the huddles after dead balls and some other situations. I want you to talk about that when you have the opportunity. And also, we want to talk about Plan B. It's really been a big factor in the National Football League the last couple of years. Right now, we talk about 3rd down and 1. Big play. They're going to pass over the middle. The man is there. Touchdown, but there's a penalty marker down. Brian Kinchen made the catch for the touchdown, but a penalty marker back at the 14-yard line. Tate had the coverage, number 49, from the strong safety position. It looks like holding against the Dolphins. It is.
Well, it was a good call at a good time.
Surprised me a little. It was a good call.
Shula likes to do that in his... Let's get the call here.
Number 60, offense.
Number 60 is Widener.
He's the center in there right now out of Kent State. First-year man, 11th round pick.
Shula called that play, had a timeout, had a lot of time to think about it. He likes to do that in a situation where it's 3rd and short in a positive situation. If you don't make it on 3rd down, you could always go on 4th down. Can't see the holding, but a good play by Secules, and Kitchen gets open, does his part. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Dolphins.
And Secules operates out of the shotgun. And now penalty marker down, and the clock may have run out on him. Delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, this is a situation you just mentioned with the 25-second clock.
25-second clock.
The players, the quarterback's going to have to learn when the 25-second clock starts and when the 30-second clock starts. And 5 seconds is a lot of time. Sometimes you don't even look at that clock when you come up there. You just feel that you have plenty of time, but you don't.
For most plays, the offense still has 45 seconds from the previous play's whistle before it must snap the ball, but this 25-second limit between plays applies only to the huddle after the dead ball situations, penalties, for example.
And that's what that was.
That's
the previous
exactly
play.
what it was.
They also have cut down, they're going to start the clock on out-of-bounds plays, and when you mark off the ball on penalties, the game clock will start also to speed up play.
3rd and 16 from the 25. Secules throwing and almost intercepted. It was Bestie Jackson who just returned to the Bears this week after getting a new deal. And the pass intended for Tony Martin. Martin was in the clear. If that ball could have had just a little more loft on it, Bob, they might have been able to connect.
But everybody's looking for Tony Martin now with the second-string wide receivers in there. Martin is the main man. And the Dolphins went from a touchdown to a 3rd and 16 or 4th and 16 and attempting a field goal of, 43 yards.
43 yards. Stoyanovich, who had a point after, hit the bar and come back at him in the second period. And Stojanovich's kick is on the way, and it is no good. It was wide to the right. So the Dolphins, who were driving and looking so sharp, come away empty. 4:26 remaining, 3rd quarter. Bears lead it 10-6.
Food shopping now? I'm so excited.
This isn't just shopping, it's extra.
Wow, what variety.
Do I actually hear you getting excited?
Well, with Sunkissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle, diet and regular, and delicious Lender's bagels in assorted varieties, I could possibly get ecstatic.
Pace yourself. We haven't even reached the grocery aisles yet.
You know, I can't think of anything more exciting than extra.
I can.
Oh?
Eating all this great food.
Good idea.
Right now.
We better wait.
Extra, we think you deserve the best.
$2,000, Fred. $2,000 on top of what the dealer would have given us.
I know how much it was, Doris. The 1990 Cadillac closeout.
Could we not use the money?
We could use the money, Doris. The final rebates on the 1990s.
Mr. Procrastinator.
We'll get the car.
Just not the $2,000.
Don't you miss up to $2,000 cash back
It's only money, I suppose.
at your Florida Cadillac dealers now. Doris, what would I do without you?
I had my purse snatched on a business trip. I was stranded. No cash, no plane ticket, no credit card, no ID. I called Citibank immediately.
I told her not to worry. With Citibank's Lost Wallet service, I could get her emergency cash, help replace her plane ticket, and get a new Citibank MasterCard to her in 24 hours.
Citibank helped me get home. And after a trip like mine, that's where I wanted to be.
Not just MasterCard, Citibank MasterCard.
The Bears will put it in play at the 25-yard line. They lead 10-6, 4:26 remaining, third quarter. Harbaugh, number 4, doing the quarterbacking. Scott Williams, 44 in the backfield with Mark Green, 31. That's Green coming in motion. Harbaugh steps up, throws over the middle, and a pass behind the intended receiver and low. It was intended for 83, Tony Moss. Moss, the rookie out of LSU, we mentioned in the lineup now. And over there on the sideline, Bob, we see Mitchell loosening up. Scott, out of Utah, the rookie, number 4 draft choice, the lefty.
He'll probably be going in on the next series. Harbaugh throwing that ball a little bit short, but Peter Tom Willis will also play, the rookie from Florida State. We're looking forward to seeing him maybe some in the fourth quarter.
Hand off to Williams. Penalty marker thrown in the middle of the pile as Griggs, 92, the linebacker, made the stop. It's now Griggs, 92, at left outside linebacker. And Kummerow, number 90, at the right outside linebacker spot. Griggs played the final 4 games of '89. Brother Billy, of course, a tight end with the Steelers. Originally a New Orleans draft choice, number 7 pick. Holding called against Bill Anderson, who's now in at center for Hilgenberg. Anderson, number 60, out of Iowa. A rookie, 6th-round pick. Penalty puts the ball back at the 15-yard line. It's been a scoreless third quarter. The Dolphins have had the best of it offensively here in the third period, but couldn't get on the board as we come to the 4-minute mark remaining. 2nd down and 20. Harbaugh wants to put it up, runs out of there now and throws on the run, and a catch made at about the 34-yard line. Tom Waddle. Waddle out of Boston College, the free agent. Nice hookup that time as...
It's a nice play by Harbaugh.
Did a good job, didn't he?
Nothing was open on the initial drop back and set. He moved around a little bit to his right. Waddle came back along the sideline, and the Bears are really looking for Harbaugh to take control of this ball club this year. They don't feel as though Tom Zach is the man that can do it. He's had the opportunity for the last year and a half since McMahon has been out of there. And Harbaugh was a number 1 draft choice, and they're really going to give him a shot to do it this year.
Green going in motion. It's Williams banging up the middle for the first down at the 38-yard line. Stop made by Odom, 93, and Oglesby, 96. Another matter regarding the offense of the Bears that changed their offensive scheme a little bit is that Landry, the assistant coach, Greg Landry, on offense, handles the quarterbacks. He seems to have improved his relationship also with Ditka. They have had some problems in the past where Ditka just said, no, I'm going to call a play.
Well, he grabbed the play sheet out of Greg Landry's hands last year, embarrassed him in front of the public and the fans, said he won't do that anymore.
Again, Williams is called on. Well, Ditka can be extremely volatile, but as I mentioned, because of some of his physical problems, his doctors have asked him to calm down a little bit, and I think he has mellowed just a little bit.
Well, he's admitted some of his mistakes is what he's done. Some of the mistakes he made last year, like criticizing his coordinators. There he is in the orange and blue jacket with the cap. And Greg Landry, the man just above him there to the left with the gray hair and the baseball cap on. Ditka criticized his coordinators and players publicly, yelled at Vince Tobin, the defensive coordinator, and then grabbed the play sheet from Greg Landry's hands when the plays weren't working, and says that he's learned from that. He's going to be a little bit more calm.
2nd down and 8. Pass complete. Waddle has a first down at the 48-yard line. Donnie Elder, 47 on the tack. Donnie out of Memphis State. Plan B. There again is that Plan B thing. We're going to talk about it, Bob.
End zone shot to Wilson is 77, trying to make something happen. Man-to-man coverage. And Elder is on the coverage. Probably 29 helps to come up and make the tackle. But, basically, Plan B is a way to get the bottom 8 or 9 players on a team to be free agents and be able to move if they want to. But a team can protect. A team has 47 players on their active roster, Jay, at the end of the season. 45 active and 2 on reserve. So you have 47 as you see. False start on Chicago. Plan B allows a team to protect 37 players. The other 10 are free agents that typically can deal with anybody else in the league. Some of them, a lot of them, move around, sign contracts, sign bonuses to go to another ball club. The Dolphins lost 11 Plan B players this year and signed 8. So there's been good movement at the bottom of the rosters around the league.
I like it. I think it gives the club an opportunity, of course, to get some new faces, to try some situations.
I think what you're going to see is some of the better players trying to slide down to the bottom there to try and get to move around a little bit to get free agency, get a bonus, and get some dough.
After the penalty, Harbaugh came out, called a timeout when he saw what he had. It's going to be first down and 55 seconds remaining to be played. Again, a reminder, we hope you'll join us next week. Be on the air at 7 o'clock with our coverage of the Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles from Veterans Stadium in the city of brotherly love. Let me suggest you've probably seen him play this game. Now he has a new game. Former Dolphin, old buddy, wide receiver Jimmy Cephalo. $1 million game with the $1 billion name. Trump Card, weekdays at 4:30 starting September 10th on Channel 6. Trump Card.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Only in America.
Sheila, not worrying about any trump cards right now. He's got to be pleased with his defense. A couple of big plays hurt him in the first half, but things are going as scheduled. As far as the substitutions, both teams have committed to play most all of the rosters, and they're right on schedule so far here this evening.
That's Green going in motion. 1st and 15 for Harbaugh and the Bears. Harbaugh, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. A fine play by David Griggs. Griggs out of the University of Virginia. We mentioned he's in there at the left outside linebacker spot. Number 92. Loss of about a yard on the play.
Oglesby 96, Wilson 77. And a good play. Got some penetration up the middle by Wilson and allowed Griggs to get in there. Wilson is a Plan B acquisition from the Phoenix Cardinals, getting an opportunity to get in and do some playing time in the face of the injury to John Boza.
2nd down and 16. The delay and trouble for Scott Williams. He's dropped right along the 44-yard line by Alfred Oglesby. Clock running now with 15 seconds remaining in what has been a scoreless third quarter.
Oglesby doing a nice job. Wilson stood his man up in the backfield and allowed the penetration by Oglesby to make the play.
Bob, this field's in a lot better shape than when we were here last. They just sodded it a couple of years ago when we were here. It was like a skating rink.
I'm sure a lot of the fans of Miami remember the clumps of turf that were coming up from all over the field.
I'll tell you. That's 3 quarters. On the board, the Bears lead 10-6. We'll be back with the final period of play, preseason action, right after this.
To the eye, the Lexus LS 400 looks like an elegantly contoured luxury sedan. To the wind, however, it doesn't look like much. The Lexus LS 400, most aerodynamic luxury sedan in America.
Johnson & Johnson, otherwise known as Magic by Converse.
Hi, I'm Sarah Purcell with Yolanda and Jose. Do the Real Yellow Pages help you generate business?
When we first started the business, we had a little ad, and the business was little. Now we have a big ad, and the business is big.
Why did you choose the Southern Belle Yellow Pages?
It covers the marketplace that we need to cover, and we know the book will be around for a long time.
Do the Real Yellow Pages make your phones ring?
It makes our phones ring off the hook.
The Real Yellow Pages sometimes drive us bananas.
If you want to reach South Florida, it's here or nowhere. The Real Yellow Pages.
Miami Dolphins football is an exclusive presentation of Channel 6 Action Sports.
Quarter. 3rd down and 17 for the Bears. The ball at their own 45-yard line. They lead it 10-6. Chris Roscoe, a rookie free agent from Hawaii, number 16 is in the game. Quentin Smith, number 17 in there. They've got 5 wide receivers along there. And Harbaugh throwing to the near sideline and incomplete. He underthrew the intended receiver. Tom Waddle, number 87, at the 39-yard line, and the Bears will punt.
Good pressure by the front 4 of the Dolphins that time. Harbaugh had to rush his throw. So if I had a little bit more time, I could have completed it, but the rush was there.
That was Oglesby, Bob, 96 leading the way.
You're not going to take one here, right?
Martin is back to receive the punt. It will come from Kent Sullivan. Martin coming up. Now back at the 10. He has it. Goes to the outside. And a penalty marker down as Martin got to about the 20-yard line.
Martin, Jay, has really been impressive. I've been impressed with him here tonight. I asked several people who were the biggest surprises so far in training camp. Martin's name comes up. Tony Page's name comes up. And Magruder, the defensive back, on Plan B acquisition from Green Bay, was mentioned several times.
Pushing in the back for the Dolphins. It was called on number 59, and that is Stacy Harvey. That Chapey came downfield to make a tackle a moment ago after a 45-yard punt, a 9-yard return. The ball is placed back at about the, well, let's call it the 8-yard line.
Is Mitchell?
Mitchell. Now your quarterback. Cuts it inside. Mitchell handing it off. Coming up with it there, 21 Higgs. Let's go down and check in again with Steve Shapiro.
We have an injured Dolphin, Jay. Cornerback Mike Magruder twisted an ankle. He's out for the night. So the Finns now reduced to just 2 healthy cornerbacks. Not good shape.
Those 2 being Donnie Elder and J.B. Brown.
2nd down and 7. And Mitchell throws, and it is caught at about the 15-yard line by Higgs.
Higgs has been impressive.
Yes, he has.
He started out a couple of years ago with Dallas. As you see him coming out of the backfield, this is an option route. He can go either way, either to the inside or outside. Makes a nice catch.
It was not an easy one to handle, was it?
Right, the tip of the ball was down. He started out with Dallas, went over to Philadelphia. Philadelphia didn't protect him, and the Dolphins picked him up as a free agent on that Plan B acquisition.
Troy Stratford is still unsigned, coming off the knee surgery. Mitchell, and it is complete out to the 20-yard line to Martin, who got the first down. Martin continues to do an outstanding job. He beat Brian Taylor on the play. Taylor came over, though, to make the tackle, number 27. 13 minutes remaining in this preseason action, the second game for the Bears. The Bears shutting out Cleveland 13-0 in the Hall of Fame game last Saturday afternoon. And for Miami, their first preseason action. Greg Beatty, number 92, is in the lineup now at the tight end spot for the Dolphins. He's got some experience, a former Eagle and Ram, Phoenix Cardinal. He played at Stanford. The left-hander again throwing, and it is complete to Beatty. It is Mark Carrier, number 20, who made the stop.
That's an impressive throw and catch. Mitchell faking into the line, and it's not an easy completion. Had a linebacker in front of him and a defensive back beyond him, and had to lay it in. Beatty's a fourth-year player, a free agent that signed this year.
First down and 10 from the 40. And a big hole opens up over the right side for Tony Page. And Page gets about 8 or 9 as Dante Jones, 53, made the tackle.
I mentioned that Page was one of the pleasant surprises. You talk to Tassif and Shula, some of the coaches, and they just break into a big smile when you talk about Tony Page and the things he does. Brings the physical, the aggressiveness, the power. Said he could be a leader on this ball club. They are really high on Tony Page.
You can call him an all-round fullback type because he can block, he can run the football, and he can catch. Mitchell rolling to his right on 2nd and 2, incomplete on the far sideline as he was trying to get it out to Page. Stops the clock with 11:19 remaining in this football game.
Well, they say Page is great picking up linebackers on blitzes. He's never missed a game in any of his football years, in high school, college, or pro due to injury. Shula says he's been very exceptional. Some of the players call him, kid about it, call him the total package. He is a good guy and could become one of the leaders on this ball club. They call him the training camp phenomenon.
3rd down and 2. They're the 3rd down conversions, 2 for 6 in this one. And the pass is intercepted by Mike Pruitt. Mitchell threw it right at Pruitt. Pruitt was there with the intended receiver, Scott Schwades.
Well, you have the perfect setup, the situation you want. You've got a wide receiver on a linebacker. He's talking right there. You see Stout says you got the wrong play.
And Mitchell upset with himself. We've got a timeout with 11:14 remaining. The Bears have the ball after the interception. We'll come back. They lead at 10-6.
Oh, yeah, now. It's the right beer now. It's the right beer now. So clean and pure, it's the right beer for sure. Come on, it's a Coors Light. It's the right beer now. Yeah.
The time has come for a new kind of full-size luxury that lasts. A 1991 Chevrolet Caprice. Unsurpassed corrosion protection helps keep the body durable. A clear coat finish keeps it beautiful. An extensive warranty keeps it protected. Because something this good-looking should be kept around for a long, long time. The time has come for the new Chevrolet Caprice. Prepare to be impressed.
Our
high summer electric bills having an effect on your blood pressure? FPL can help you keep your bill down when cooling costs go up. Call and we'll send you our free Summer Energy Diet Kit. It tells about FPL programs that help you save both energy and money. It can do wonders for your disposition. To get your free Summer Energy Diet Kit, call us at 1-800-DIAL-FPL.
Watch Shapiro and Shamoka, the Sports Guys, on Channel 6 Action News.
Peter Tom Willis is the new quarterback. He signed this week. Big star at Florida State. And the handoff going to James Rouse, the rookie out of Arkansas. Tackle made by David Grings, number 92. The Dolphins now have Soltis and Herring in there at the inside linebacker spots.
Let's go back and take a look at the interception. The two rookies on the right side. Mitchell throws the ball outside, and Schwades had turned to the inside. I really feel like Jay called the play wrong incorrectly from what we saw, a little shot before we went to commercial of him slapping his thighs on the sideline. Little indecision as we take a look at Peter Tom Willis.
Boy, he was something out in the Fiesta Bowl, wasn't he? Penalty marker down, and Peter Tom goes down. Willis, who was signed on this week, coming into camp late. They're putting him right in there tonight. Faulkner, 94 on the stop. Faulkner, who played here with the Chicago Bruisers in the Arena Football League.
Illegal hands to the face, number 68 for offense.
And Faulkner, as you see that illegal hands to the face on Dyko, number 68. Faulkner is one of the guys that Dan Sakanovich, the defensive line coach, wants to take a look at tonight.
He was born in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, been with Minnesota in their camp, played at Southern, has some experience. Third down and 17. Peter Tom Willis at quarterback, operates from the shotgun. Gets it out to Chapey. Chapey coming up to about the 46-yard line where Carl Wilson, number 77, another Plan B player who has been with San Diego and Phoenix, made the tackle.
Wilson can rush the passer, but as you saw on that screen, once the play develops somewhere else, doesn't give up on the play and has enough hustle and aggressiveness to get over and be a part of a screenplay on a tackle on a running back.
The Bears will punt, and Kent Sullivan is on to make the punt, and it is Martin again downfield, number 89. Martin looking up, takes it at the 10. To the far side, 15. At the 20. Fans wanted a clip back at the 7-yard line. I don't think they're going to get one.
I think they should have got one.
It was number 37 of the Dolphins down there who almost was called, J.B. Brown. 44-yard punt, 10-yard return. The tackle to Pat Chapey. And 9:19 remaining to be played in this preseason action on the lakefront in Chicago. Bears lead 10-6.
Food shopping now? I'm so excited.
This isn't just shopping, it's extra.
Wow, what variety.
Do I actually hear you getting excited?
Well, with Sunkissed orange soda in the 2-liter bottle, diet and regular, and delicious Lender's bagels in assorted varieties, I could possibly get ecstatic.
Pace yourself. We haven't even reached the grocery aisles yet.
You know, I can't think of anything more exciting than extra.
I can.
Oh?
Eating all this great food.
Good idea.
Right now?
We better wait.
You're extra, we think you deserve the
Turn the key.
Exxon brings you 2 new gasolines that reduce emissions.
Feel free.
New Exxon 93 Supreme and Exxon Plus. Each precision engineered for high performance and lower emissions.
Exxon.
They're the first of a new generation of gasolines from Exxon.
Turn the key.
This could be your last chance to make the deal of the year.
on a 1990 Mazda 626. The 91s are coming, so all the 90s have to go. Now, get air or automatic at no extra charge, plus $1,000 cash back. A deal worth up to $1,810. And that's just the start. Ask your Mazda dealer how good the deals can get. But hurry, it's your last chance.
At your Dade Broward Mazda dealer, now.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this preseason action. Coming up, of course, the Raiders and the 49ers. Montana and company going against the Silver and Black. It's coming up right after the action here. Higgs battles his way near the 24-yard line.
Good shot of the two rookies, Sims and Webb, coming around from the left side to lead Higgs through the hole.
White 70, Henning 69 on the tackle.
Take a look from the right side, the two rookies. That's Sims coming first, 78. Looking for somebody to block was Webb. One of the impressive things about those two 300-pounders is the fact that they can pick up their feet and run and move around. Some quickness in those big men.
Mitchell throwing and completing up to the 31-yard line. Higgs makes the catch. Stop made at the 32-yard line by Mike Pruitt, number 52.
Higgs is a good receiver. You see him again coming out of the backfield. He took a screen pass last week in a scrimmage and went, 70, 80 yards for a touchdown. Positive plays is what you want right here. No interceptions. You don't have to complete them all, but just make sure you've got positive plays. Higgs there asking Mitchell either something about the play or the snap count.
First and 10. We're inside the 8-minute mark. Bears leading 10-6. Mitchell, little rush, tried to set up the screen, and I don't know whether he was throwing that ball away or not, but it was his plan. It was the right thing to do because he was in deep trouble over there. Pruitt coming down on him, and the Bears had figured out the screen. Mitchell 4 out of 6, 35 yards. And, Mitchell was 4 for 4 in the scrimmage against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No touchdowns or interceptions. 4th-round draft choice of Miami. 669 completions, 8,980 yards, and 69 touchdown passes in his fine college career. This is incomplete at the 44-yard line, as it was intended for Martin. And they're beginning to realize that they like to go to Martin here. That was Mark Carrier, number 20, the number 1 draft pick, who's playing free safety.
He's an outstanding player. I saw him play a lot at Southern Cal the last few years. He was a 2-time All-American and won the Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back in college last year. The ball will be thrown to our right. Protection is good and a huge gapping hole there for Mitchell to see. Timing was good. Carrier makes the play.
3rd down and 10 from the gun. Mitchell. The lefty on the run. Incomplete and almost intercepted. Number 47 down there was Keith Pontefelt out of Colorado, and he almost took it away. It looked like he was intending again, Mitchell, for Martin. So it'll be punting time on 4th down. With 7:39 remaining in this game. Reggie Roby back on to put it up in the air. 38-point average, 51 his longest tonight. Tony Moss is downfield. Had 5 returns for 93 yards in the Cleveland game. Had a 55-yarder that he then fumbled, and he's fumbled here. And look out! Big pile up at the 22. It looked like one of the Bears got on it. Moss, who fumbled in the Hall of Fame game after a fine return, had no return. Ricardo Cartwright was downfield for the Dolphins to help dislodge that ball, but it'll be the Bears' ball as Sanders came up with it, the linebacker, 64, 46-yard punt, 7:28 remaining. Bears lead 10-6.
Wouldn't it be great if you were at a party and suddenly you could read people's minds? And wouldn't it be great if you knew that Candace Robertson wanted beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if later that evening you and Candace went to Vegas? Yeah! Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light, bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
Once upon a time, Papa and Baby Greyhound paid an unauthorized visit to Biscayne Greyhound Track. Papa Greyhound looked around and was amazed at what he saw, a brand new modern look, a lot different from the Biscayne he knew. They both romped and pranced and even stopped to refresh themselves. Baby Greyhound went exploring, while Papa Greyhound discovered the handsome, luxurious clubhouse and an ideal way of getting from one place to another without moving a muscle. When you visit Biscayne, please watch out for the Greyhound on the escalator.
The Infiniti Q45. First your hand turns the wheel, then the wheel turns the shaft, which turns the pinion, which turns the rack, which turns a serious luxury sedan into a sports car on a joyride. There. So much for that little fork in the road.
Look at Don Shula talking with defensive coordinator Tom Oliver-Dowdy, who has done a very good job of bringing this young team along. Sometimes the figures don't always show the improvement of a defensive unit.
Here's Peter Tom Willis completing that pass to rookie Steve Humey out of Miami of Ohio. Nice throw and a nice catch as the two rookies combined. Everett Hobley, number 29, coming up with it.
Greg Landry, the offensive coordinator for the Bears, was impressed with Peter Tom Willis' ability to read coverages. Throws that ball over the linebacker and between defensive backs. Said the education that he got from Bobby Bowden at Florida State, the passing game that they have down there, he was much further along than either Mike Tomczak or Harbaugh.
That's a big statement, isn't it, with the experience they've had?
Earl Bruce at Ohio State, they didn't have a passing game. And Schembechler at Michigan, they weren't known for their passing. So Peter Tom may be in the running for this in a couple of years.
And Mike Ditka talking things over. Tomczak there with him, and Landry, the gray-haired gentleman on the left. Again, we'll remind you that it'll be the Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles at Buddy Ryan at Veterans Stadium. We'll be on the air next Saturday night at 7 with our complete coverage. And coming up, there's more football for you. If you've been missing football, you'll get plenty of it tonight. The Raiders and the 49ers next here on Channel 6. And looking ahead a little bit, the Dolphins opener September the 9th against New England. Bob, I'm reminded that the great state of Florida will host Super Bowl 25 at Tampa. January 27th will be here before you know it.
Yes, it will. There'll be a few games played between now and
quite a few. But first and 10 at the 43-yard line. Peter Tom Willis on the run, coming out of there at the 45. Penalty marker down. He's at the 50. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. And we'll see what the penalty flag was all about. Thrown back at about the 38-yard line.
This is what young quarterbacks can give you, the ability to run. You may not always get the right play or the right read, but the ability to run and scramble out and make something positive out of what may have been a negative play.
67, offense.
Holding on the Becker. Well, it's Fontenot.
No, Fontenot.
Yeah. But Greg Landry calls the plays, so Peter Tom only got into camp this week, but he was in training. He was in mini camp in May. And it was very impressive with how quickly he picked up the offense.
It's been a scoreless second half. Bears lead at 10-6. Coming near the 6-minute mark remaining in this one. Rouse. Little 35, another penalty flag. Rouse got to about the 38-yard line. Didn't get out of bounds. Clock keeps moving. Chris Herring, 53 on the tackle. Now they stop the clock to discuss the penalty. Holding again against the Bears. The Bears going the wrong way here, and
the Bears had an outstanding draft this year. They had a lot of draft picks.
That call goes against Roman Matthews, the rookie 11th round pick out of Pittsburgh. And
first-round draft choice in Carrier, one of the top safeties, the top defensive back last year in college football. They had 2 second-round choices and 2 third-round choices. Seems like the Bears have always drafted well.
1st and 30 for Chicago. The fans have started the wave, and there was activity. Now, Bob, it looked to me like Willis moved first.
He did.
Pulled him off.
He forgot the snap count.
Yes, he did.
That happens. More than you think.
Yeah. The Bears on the false start. 5 more tacked on.
You know, that happened to me once. Playing the Chicago Bears.
Only once?
Watch Willis, number 2. No, but when I was a rookie, he's playing in his first game. You got to realize he's playing his first game. That happened to me when I was playing my first game against Butkus. I lined up behind the wrong guy, as a matter of fact.
Butkus could make you blank out, couldn't he?
Yeah, I lined up behind my guard.
It is 1st and 35, and while this big crowd of 66,000 is having fun doing the wave, the Bears are in a bit of trouble. Peter Tom Willis over the middle, almost intercepted. Number 41, African Grant, almost came away with a pass that was intended for Steve Fuming. Let's go down to the field. Steve?
Of course, Peter Tom Willis went to Florida State, the Bears rookie quarterback. He said while he was in Tallahassee, he used to watch Miami play on television a lot. Dan Marino was his favorite quarterback. Tonight he gets to play against Dan Marino's team. These fans are wild there.
I guess he never saw you play. He's just a youngster.
Just a kid, yeah.
2nd down and 35. The noise you hear is these Bears fans just enjoying the evening here now at this point with their wave that they got going. And Peter Tom Willis throws, and it is complete. Chris Roscoe made the catch up at the 37-yard line, far short of a first down. J.B. Brown, who I believe has played the whole game tonight in that secondary because of the problems back there. Number 37 on the play. 5 minutes remaining in this one.
You know, you talk about Peter Tom Willis and idolizing Dan Marino. You know, it's very. They've got this contest going on in Miami. The all-time, the first 25 years of the Dolphins, the all-time team for the Dolphins, and they've got ballots out. And it's going to be kind of embarrassing when I go into the Hall of Fame the same year I finished second in the balloting for the first 25 years of the Dolphins.
Well, you can handle it.
I know.
On 3rd and 14, Peter Tom Willis throwing and incomplete. Again going to Chris Roscoe, the rookie. Roscoe out of Hawaii. This fellow's very, very quick, a free agent rookie that has impressed in camp. So, the Dolphins are going to get it back, and it'll be Tony Martin back to receive the punt.
Well, Martin has done some special things. He certainly has the speed to put one back.
Kent Sullivan will put it in play on 4th down. It's a high, relatively short kick, fair catch this time, and taken in at the 20-yard line by Martin. 4 minutes and 25 seconds are remaining in this preseason action here at Soldier Field, Chicago. A 40-yard punt that time. The Bears lead it 10-6. 27-yard field goal by Butler. A 68-yard touchdown romp on a screen by Anderson. The scoring for the Bears in the first half. It was Marino to Duper, a 13-yard touchdown pass, 8:22 of the second period. Stojanovic missing the field goal attempt, or the point after attempt, later missing a field goal attempt. Mitchell completes it out to the 25-yard line to Tony Page. Page goes down as he's hit by rookie Glendale Sanders out of Louisiana Tech. Clock running as we near the 4-minute mark. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Pee Wee Smith, number 6, a great local favorite out of Miami. Number 6 is in the game now. 82 is Andre Brown in motion to the far side. Mitchell has time, and he throws, and it's complete to Mark Higgs. Higgs hit down at the 29-yard line by Steve Heisch. Heisch, number 58, just short of the first down. Clock running with 3.5 to play.
Mitchell getting that ball to Higgs just a little bit late. It's one thing that a young quarterback needs to do, not only complete the pass, but get the ball to the receiver when he's most open so he can catch it and have an opportunity to run with it after he catches it.
3rd down and 2. See what they come up with here. Shotgun. Mitchell throwing, and it is complete for the first down at the 34-yard line. Andre Brown out of Miami. Mike Pruitt from Colorado, the third-year man. He went to Robeson High School here in Chicago, did Pruitt.
Pruitt working on a linebacker right there. Just needs a couple of yards, picks it up. First down.
Mitchell now throws incomplete at the 36-yard line, trying to get it to Tony Page. That stops the clock with 2:40 remaining. Sanders again on the coverage.
Mitchell has to look to the sideline every time to get the play. Now, when they get into the 2-minute offense, they'll turn him loose, and he's worked on this in practice. He'll have to call the plays on his own, but they need a touchdown and not a field goal.
On 2nd and 10. Fine protection. Mitchell throwing on the run. Too high. Down at the 42-yard line for Tony Martin. Martin went way up with that fine leaping ability. Just couldn't hold on. Pontefeld 47 and Mark Carrier, number 20, had the coverage. Mentioned that the Dolphins will open the season against New England. That will be at Foxborough on September 9th. The home opener is against Buffalo on September the 16th. Plenty of good seats remain for that affair. Don Shula's Dolphins, I think safe to say, a better atmosphere right now than there was a year ago. Hopefully the Dolphins can get it together early on. On 2nd down and 10, Mitchell out of the backfield. Coming up with it is Collins, and Collins is very close to a first down as penalty markers fly. Mike Pruitt, 52, on the tackle. Let's see what we had in there. The Bears are pointing against the Dolphins, and it will go against them. See what the call is.
Ineligible pass receiver, number 60, offense. Illegally downfield.
Bert Widener, the center, downfield, an illegal pass situation.
That's the second big penalty against Widener. He was also involved in a holding penalty on the touchdown pass that was nullified to Kitchen a little earlier.
He was originally drafted as a nose tackle.
Number 60, it's a screen. It's a middle screen. That's a good call.
Now 3rd and 20. Mitchell lets fly, got a man down the sideline and overthrew him. Oh boy, had he been able to get that on target to Martin, it would have been 6, because Martin had beaten his man on the far side. He was about 3 or 4 steps past Ponteflet and Carrier. Fourth and 20, 2:17 remaining. Roby on to do the punting. Tony Moss downfield. Fumbled last time when he got the ball. Has it now at the 35. And holds on at the 36-yard line, and the Bears will take it there. Ricardo Cartwright there to make the play. 2:06 remaining, and the Bears have a 10-6 advantage. 42-yard punt, 3-yard return. Bears won the preseason opener 28-20 at Joe Robbie Stadium last year. And started 4-0, as we mentioned, but then lost 10 of their last 12. Dolphins 0-4 in preseason last year. That was Rouse on the carry, and Harvey, 59, made the stop. A 2-minute warning will be given to both sides. That means we'll take timeout. Back with the final 2 minutes of play. The Bears leading 10-6.
Shop Winn-Dixie for Coke and Diet Coke, $2.37 a 12-pack, limit 1. In the deli, Cuddy turkey breast is $2.77 a pound, sliced to order. And Wisp liquid detergent is $2.98 a half gallon, limit 1.
Now play Fantasy 5 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That means more fantasies and more chances to win hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You know, I bought my Toyota Camry because 3 separate mechanics, Fred, Jeff, and Kevin, told me the Camry was a really reliable car.
Now he waves when he goes by the shop, but he doesn't stop.
Can't believe you told him to buy such a reliable car.
They were right. My Camry's been really dependable.
I didn't tell him to buy one. I said they were reliable. You did too.
He'll never see me again. No use crying over spilled milk.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Here come the Bears, 2nd down and 10. They lead it 10-6. The ball at the 37-yard line. Peter Tom Willis, the rookie, quarterbacking Chicago, throws over the middle, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Pat Chaffee, the rookie 5th-round man out of Oregon State. Minute and 57 left. Coach Shula looking out.
Shula just signed a new contract this year, a 3-year contract. One of the first duties that Timmy Robbie, the new president and chief executive officer, I guess you might call him, of the Dolphins, one of the first and best moves to get Shula under contract. Shula had a little knee surgery, arthroscopic knee surgery a little earlier in camp. Didn't seem to be bothered by it anymore.
That's a great procedure, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Peter Tom Willis. Oh, my! Almost intercepted. Willis got a bad pass from center, threw out there to Rouse, and Stacy Harvey almost went in for a touchdown if he could have held on there.
And that could have happened. You could get something like that from a rookie quarterback. Peter Tom Willis doesn't think the linebacker can make the play, and probably couldn't in college, but the linebackers, even one as big as Harvey, and he is 6'4" and 250, can still make that play in the pros.
The Dolphins are going to get the football back. Tony Martin, Sullivan again to do the punting. It's a short kick. Martin going to let it drop.
And the Dolphins went for the block, so they had no return on. Martin's just stayed away from it. And the last try for the Dolphins with 1:41 to go.
It was a 40-yard punt, and here comes Scott Mitchell. Mitchell did not play his senior year at Utah.
Decided to come out, entered the draft early.
Dolphins starting at their own 23-yard line, 1:41 remaining. Over the middle. That was a slip by Collins. Too bad, because as he set himself to catch that pass, his feet just went right out from under him. You see, he's a little frustrated by it.
Collins was suspended for 2 years for drug involvement, just reinstated by Commissioner Tagliabue. on July 11th and July 19th, the Dolphins gave him another chance. He averaged 37 catches a year for New England. Can really catch the football.
A very talented performer. Mitchell down the far sideline, and the catch is made by Martin. Oh, he's had a good ball game. At the 35-yard line, first down Miami. And it was Marcus Paul who made the tackle as Martin almost took it all away.
Well, as we told you earlier in the ball game, he had a tough high school career, tough college career, was a quarterback, but he can run, and the Dolphins have turned him into a receiver.
Now here is one intended downfield for Brown that goes awry and stops the clock with 1:08 remaining. It was a 41-yard play a moment ago, Bob.
Well, Martin certainly has been the player of the game for the Dolphins, doing the things that he has done.
Mitchell talking things over. Ball at the 36-yard line, second down and 10. Ball batted as Mitchell tried to get it away.
That's the quarterback's fault. When you have a screen set up, you have to maneuver yourself, do some body English, lean one way or the other, fake the lineman so that you can get the ball off. Use your quickness to get it around those linemen.
I've really been impressed with Martin's speed. He did not have a reception in that scrimmage versus the Buccaneers, and nevertheless...
They scored 4 tonight for 72 yards.
I think everybody has to like what they've seen here this evening. Now the fans that are remaining are trying to urge this defense on. Mitchell operates out of the gun, 3rd and 10. Mitchell running down that sideline, throws, and it is incomplete at the 21-yard line. Did a good job of getting that pass away on the run. Fred Washington was bearing down on Scott Mitchell. And now we're down to 4th down, 10, the ball at the 36, 57 seconds remaining.
Well, there was nobody open initially downfield. I was looking downfield. Mitchell ran out of the pocket, giving an opportunity for the receivers to shake loose. Shula realizing that this is the last play unless they pick up a first down, 4th and 10.
And you've got Schwades and Martin both set out to the left side. Thomas Woods on the right side.
Blitz.
The blitz, and incomplete. At the 30-yard line, pass was intended for number 82, Andre Brown. Almost intercepted back there as you had lot 46 and Carrier coming in. But the ball will go over to the Chicago Bears, who have that 10-6 advantage, and 50 seconds remaining.
Well, Scott Mitchell, the young quarterback, has learned a lot tonight. He was in for a full quarter, got to throw a lot of passes. You know, the Dolphins were not... the main thing going in for both teams was to see a lot of players, play a lot of players, and they have done that.
And a very entertaining first half and a scoreless second half, but again, both coaches had an opportunity to see a lot of people. That was James Rouse, another one of the rookies, as we've mentioned, for these Bears. Chicago's division certainly not as strong as it used to be. Many people think that the Bears will be able to be a real force in 1990.
Well, they've won the division 5 times while Mike Ditka's been there in 9 seasons. Shula, in his 21st season in Miami, he's won the AFC East or tied for it 13 of the 20 years that he's been there. I don't think the AFC East is going to be any powerhouse this year either, Jay. He's gotten kind of mediocre down through the last couple of years anyway.
There's Mike Ditka. Pretty good golfer, about an 8 handicapper, and has a rather famous restaurant here in town. Very involved in the community, as is Don Shula, of course, in so many wonderful charitable activities.
Shula's got a restaurant, too.
Yeah.
Come on.
How's the food there now?
Food is wonderful.
I got to give that a try. I may go off the diet again. Huh? Again.
Again, that's the key word.
Again is the key word. And they try a double reverse, and this is Quentin Smith coming up the sideline. How about that? A double reverse with a 10-6 lead in 35 seconds.
Well, you got to get all the plays in. We work on these plays all week. We got to run them in the ballgame.
Why not? Timeout.
You can tell it's preseason, can't you?
Yeah, they take a timeout, 32 seconds remaining. Seattle will be here at Soldier Field for the Bears opener on the 9th, and then the Bears will have to go to Green Bay on the 16th. Coach Shula and the club head back to Miami. Mike Ditka, as I mentioned, the first tight end to go into the Football Hall of Fame, and I keep campaigning for Jackie Smith to get into the Hall. I really think
he made that outstanding catch when he was with Dallas, wasn't it?
Wasn't an outstanding catch.
It was a miss.
He made a lot of catches. Yeah. That's what he's remembered for, though, isn't it?
The miss, that's right.
He was a tremendous football player. Third down and 2. Ball at the 44. Peter Tom Willis handing it off to Rouse. Rouse carries it near midfield. They got a first down, and the clock running with 20 seconds. I want to thank our entire crew, stats and spotting crew here in the booth, of course, and everybody down in the truck and all the gang. Great to be back with you again, and look forward to next week, Philadelphia, next Saturday night. That's going to do it. A scoreless second half. The final, the Bears 10, the Dolphins 6. The Bears go 2-0 in preseason, and the Dolphins drop this first preseason action here at Soldier Field. What did them in was a screen pass to Neil Anderson in the waning moments of the first half. Anderson going 69 yards for the touchdown. Bears 10, Dolphins 6. Back with more right after this.